Good evening. Tottenham Tantrum Gold. We're going to go live screening a match between Tottenham and Watford way back in 1987, FA Cup semi-final. A few goals to be had, few bits of Glenn Hoddle, Chris Waddle, Clive Allen, extended highlights rather than the full match, but should be fun. Meanwhile, we've got guest Sean Butler from Spurs Talk Show and our ever-present backup man for all sorts of reasons, Ben, the coffee man from the coffee company. That's what you can say. Just leave it as Ben Kaufman. Anyway, there's a few talking points. Let's do an intro first, shall we? Because that's what Dermot will always complain about. Okay, let's have it. When the Spurs go marching in, I want to be in that number. Oh, when the Spurs go marching in, oh, when the Spurs go marching in. What do you think? Should we have a talk first, or do you want to get straight into a game?
We can have a chat, whatever. You are running the show. You are driving.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sean's like the guest at the moment. You got anything on your mind, Sean, you want to have a talk about?
One thing before I get into anything kind of specific, Ben, how did you get into the live thing, but you weren't in the background? How did that happen? Cooper and I were talking. Cooper said, bear with me, Sean, we're going live. There was a 10-second
I joined
delay.
at the last moment. I swooped in.
He joined and I just clicked him in. Got to be sharp on that because everything else falls to bits.
Fantastic. No, nothing much. No, nothing specific. I think we've speaking to you guys like I don't know, several hours out of every day at the moment. It's like we're all becoming like part of the same family. You know, I'm looking forward to a 1987 game. Nothing off the top of my head that I need to get off about Tottenham that I haven't already said today. So,
right. So we'll wrap up there then. Next week. All right. I'm gonna chuck the game on then in the background, and we'll.
Who is the team we're playing against here? What is it? 1987 FA Cup semi-final against who?
It's Spurs against Watford.
Pertinent. We're playing Watford on Saturday, aren't we? So
we are. That's why I wanted to grab this one out in particular. Okay. I'm just going to give a little shout out to put it in the ticker tape. Big thank you to GC7677 for the footage. He's uploaded it from VHS. I've tried desperately to try and get hold of him. I've emailed him and also commented on his channel. So I'm hoping he's not going to mind too much for us pinching the footage and giving him a big shout out because perhaps it'll get a few people to go and have a look. He's got a couple. He's got a couple there worthwhile things. But anyway, let's have a quick look in comments. We've got Craig Bowler. Good of you to join us again, mate. Can't miss a good Watford thrashing. Let's hope it's the same score on New Year's Day. Yes, indeed. We're calling that the Bob Spur beating, aren't we? 4-1. That was his favourite. Okay, just once.
Oh, Ben.
Oh,
how you doing, mate? We got silent.
We're just about all right.
Can't have any silence on the screen.
Sorry about that. Right. Wayne Bonner, good evening all. How are we? Coy's Tottenham Till I Die. Quite right. Good of you to join us again, mate. And Cody Mack. Good of you.
Big up Cody Mack.
So we know there's going to be a few comments flying around this evening.
Can I ask, Kuva, if you don't mind?
No.
We've been live for 2 minutes and Craig was already waiting to come in. Cody's come in. Wayne, Mark, 2 sets 3. Can I ask these guys to let us know what they're doing in their lives, wherever they are, where they are always ready? Whenever there is a live stream, they are always immediately in. I'd love to know their stories. Do they work from home? Are they at work and looking at YouTube on like a side screen? Are they on their phones? Do they work manual labor where they're listening? What is it that allows these guys to always be ready when there's something going on your channel? Because they are so quick. They're almost quicker than Ben.
I'm not that quick, mate.
We all go around in one big crew, don't we? I'm half thinking it's only me and people with one person with multiple personality disorder.
Yeah. Nice.
Wayne Bonner saying that's a damn good team we had back then. Yeah, it's one of my absolute favourites, and yet we won nothing. Funny that. But can't beat a bit of Chrissy Waddle and Glenn Hoddle. Clive Allen with 49 goals. There's just everything in this season you'd want to cheer, except for the results.
It's a real shame.
Yeah, we finished third in the league that year as well. Semi-finals of the League Cup, final of the FA Cup. Nothing to show for it. Such a shame.
Those shorts were so short, weren't they?
They really were.
I almost saw what Glenn Hoddle had for lunch then. They are
he doesn't need to go to the doctor for an exam for a while. But look at
no.
Wow.
Not Cousins, good of you to join us, mate. Evening. Truth Sets Free, another one that's always on all the channels. Lovely to see you again, mate. Big supporter of all the Spurs channels on YouTube. Sean Butler, lottery numbers tonight, please. Thanks, mate.
I think
number
bit of an in-joke there, is it?
I think that was because on the Irish Hotspur yesterday, I said after like 15 minutes of the game that their centre back, what was his name? Luasu? No, what's his name?
The left back.
Yeah, the guy who got sent off. I forget his name now. He was so aggressive, and I made a statement. I said to Jack Konecki, I was like, this guy's going to get sent off in this game. And then like 5 minutes later, he got a yellow card. And then 20 minutes later after that, about 4 more fouls had passed through when he actually got sent off. So it was something that was quite funny that happened in real time. And Jack was saying I should have put a $5 on the bet for him to get sent off, because I did predict it, and it's on tape, it's recorded, and there's a little clip of it. And I've tried to shorten all the clips of the mentions of his name on my channel, but the numbers, mate, I don't know. Unfortunately, that was luck last night. I'm not gonna make you waste any money on your lottery numbers, but yeah.
Cody's answering your question of what he's doing. He's working.
Yeah.
HMQ, good to see you again, mate. You can set a reminder.
Oh, on your shows. Yeah, on your shows. Yeah, okay. Oh, what? So you can set a notification as standard, like if any point Kuva and the Tottenham Tantrum Gold guys decide that they're going to put a show out tonight at 5:30, then you don't have to be aware of it. It will just automatically remind you. If you visit our homepage, there's a little bell by the subscribe button. Oh, is that what it is? The notification?
Yeah, and you can set it to all notifications, or just like certain ones, personalized ones, if you want.
Got it. Interesting.
Graham again. Evening, boys. Evening, Graham. Always a pleasure seeing you. Great first name. Enough said there. And Wayne Bonner, always set a reminder, watch it at work if we're not finished, and crash and chill at home for the streams. Yeah, that's awesome. We crash and chill during the stream, doing the stream. Craig Bowler, reminder was set, turkey sandwiches made and coffee. I'm just well organised property developer by trade, so I do a lot of pointing, but off till the 4th.
Very cool, Craig. Very
nice,
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, nice line of work, yeah.
That's
it. Yes, Salisu. Yeah, the clumsiest of all the clumsy players. That man is a beast. He's like 6'3". He's built like a brick something house. I don't know if I can swear yet, but he's a beast of a physique, but clumsy and aggressive. And Southampton was that a goal? Did I just miss a goal?
It was a goal. Looked like a Paul Allen cross there, but it spilled by the goalkeeper.
Poor keeper. Poor keeping.
Their goalkeeper. There's a story about this one as well. Their first choice keeper was Tony Coton. He got an injury, and then their backup keeper also dislocated a finger shortly the day before the game or something like that. So they're on this third choice goalkeeper that's basically a part timer.
Wow.
And for a top division team, having a part timer in goal for an FA Cup semi final is unheard of.
Tell you what, though, Cooper, if you saw that replay from like 5 seconds ago, it whipped like a Ronaldo free kick, didn't it? And those balls were heavy back then, so he must have really caught it on the little air button or whatever.
Oh, they weren't quite the old leather lace up footballs. But,
they weren't.
Yeah,
okay.
No,
yeah, fair enough.
Still a fair bit of weight on them. Cody Mack. Well, there's reminders. We ain't stalkers. Well, that's a bit. Yeah, Your Honour.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Chris Agomba, good to see you again, mate. Good, thanks for joining us.
Chris.
Mark Cousins, another regular face. I'm doing FA at the moment. Coover and me communicate with two cans on a piece of string, being from the West Country. It's the UR phone.
Cody back unsubscribed. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. We're trying to get them to 200 before Christmas. Or before
10 more.
New Year.
That's a bit of an unfortunate goal, isn't it?
I think both of the goals were really unfortunate for the keeper.
Yeah, huge deflection there, though.
Was this game at home? Was it? Where was this game?
This is played at Villa Park because it's an FA Cup semi-final, neutral ground back in those days.
Yeah.
Well, it is not these days, but I mean, you didn't have Wembley as part of the equation. It was us and the scum that sort of popularised Wembley as a semi-final, just because it made sense for us.
I remember in 1994, we got to the semi-final of the FA Cup, and we played at Everton, and it was the first semi-final. It was at Elland Road. First semi-final I ever went to. I was 10 years old, and Daniel Amokachi scored a hat-trick against us. And all of the Tottenham fans were in the massive stand in Elland Road, the one where there's like 20,000 seats in one stadium. And then the Everton fans had the three little stands that surrounded the rest of the stadium. Wonderful experience, apart from the result. But it was my first away day as well. It was a good time.
Oh,
I used to like it.
Let's put Ben at the top a minute, because I can see over the top here, can't I?
You're just peeking over now.
Yeah, that's right. What no goals yet? Sorry. Evening, Alexander. Good of you to join us again, mate. Hope people are enjoying the game so far. It's only highlights, but a few nice goals in this.
Oh, check.
Full stretch, Ray Clements.
What a keeper he was.
Alex saying, to be fair, I think I should be forced to watch this channel, because when I didn't watch the channel, it was 1-1. Yeah, there you go.
It's all your fault, Alex.
And you get everybody you know to come and watch it as well, even if they don't like football. Just subscribe, like and subscribe. That's what we're thriving on anyway. Let's bring up the team for this, shall we? I remember putting it up earlier. There we go. Clements, Thomas, Goff, Mabbott, Houghton, Paul Allen, Ozzy Ardiles, Hoddle, Waddle, Hodge, and Clive Allen.
What a team.
Certainly is. Could do it. Wouldn't mind 49-goal Clive Allen at the moment. We're definitely missing that. But,
I wouldn't mind half that team. I'd play that team now. They'd still be better than some of the Drosby's got.
I think, to be fair, I'll probably play all of them.
Let me ask you this, though. Who would you swap out of this team? Who would you put into this team from the current? Who's better in the current 11? Because this is a little bit before my time. What did you say? This was 87. Did you say, Kuba?
Yeah.
So I was 3. So I didn't even know.
I'd say this is a great side we're watching here. I'd struggle to put any of today's lot on this team, to be honest.
Yeah, only Harry Kane would get in this team, and that's only if Clive Allen's not fit.
Yeah, wow. I mean, Clive Allen, 49 goals this season. You can't. It's very difficult to justify even Kane getting the team. That's how good it was.
I mean, you could say that Kane is the only player to outscore Messi and Ronaldo in a calendar year. So you could say Kane would possibly deserve to be in this team. But
what calendar year was that?
It was the year we were at Wembley.
2018.
Something like that, yeah.
Wow.
But I
didn't know that. That's amazing.
I think since Lewandowski has done it as well, outscored them. But Kane scored 98 goals in the calendar year. It was stupid.
Oh, here we go. Truth sets free. Another answer to your question earlier, Sean. After 20 years teaching golf and playing, I'm a writer and an investor, and now I built a music studio during pandemic.
Cool.
Busy man. But I do sports arbitrage. Investing 6 hours per day plus, and love you lads in the background. Fantastic. Thank you, mate.
Yeah. Truth, I'd love to meet you one day when I come over to Boston. You're a superstar. You never seem to put your head above the parapet and come onto the shows, which is respectable, but you support everybody that's doing these things, mate. And you've obviously been very successful in your previous stuff when you were playing golf, teaching golf. love to hear more about the music stuff as well. Congratulations on all your success, mate, as well. And it's really cool to see you keeping the, paying it forward, I guess, to these guys, people like Kuva and Ben and everyone who's trying to start something cool.
As he's saying, just staying busy in this crazy world, certainly are, mate. But good to see it.
Good for you, mate.
Alex is questioning: would Son get into this team?
No.
No,
I wouldn't.
No, you'd be dropping someone like Chrissy Waddle, and it's difficult. Although Son on top form is great. I mean, that'll be a really tough decision, that one, wouldn't it?
Here's a tough decision for you. Do you guys both agree that Sonny's been off form in the last month?
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
What does it take for Sonny to be considered to be benched?
To get another player that can compete with him, i.e. someone like a Vlahovic, so we can play the 3-5-2 and play Kane and Vlahovic up front with someone in behind him.
Okay.
There's a case for saying we could play both Reggie and Sessegnon push him further up the pitch.
Yeah, or Bergwijn. Bergwijn's only had one game recently, but when he played very well. I'm not suggesting he should be subbed in any way, but there's a problem for me when I think that when there's certain players that are just unsubbable or undroppable, it leads to unnecessarily sloppiness, and I'm not suggesting Sonny should be dropped, because I think he's been brilliant, but recently he has been off form, and if he keeps going, then a conversation should happen at some point, depending on signings. Sorry.
Yeah, you can't hunt for a player that's undroppable. Surely, I mean, competitions are the heart of all great teams, I think. Truth Set 3 saying TMI. I know. Sean asked.
No, it wasn't TMI. It wasn't too much.
No, not at all. Not at all, mate.
No.
Answer the question.
Yeah. Sorry for me to ask the question. It was I just love to know what you guys do, that you're all always watching, always ready for a new stream. And
Craig Bowler, when we do agree on things, we really agree on things. I'm not swapping Aussie for Winks, put it that way. Yeah, totally, mate. It's a different ball game altogether. HMQ, Hodge got Maradona's shirt at the end of the 86 World Cup quarter-final. Imagine that. Hoddle and Maradona on the same pitch, and they don't swap shirts. I mean, Steve Hodge was a good workhorse, a bit like Paul Allen. He was the balance on the other side of the pitch for us. But you'd imagine the world's greatest players would swap shirts, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would.
So Steve Hodge, world's greatest midfielder in 1986. Oh, there we go. Another goal happening in the background. I missed that one. Wow. It looked like it might have been Hoddle. I saw arms raised. That's his usual.
Few fans on the pitch as well.
Alexander saying Steve Bergwijn to continue his form. Yeah, maybe. Be nice if he did.
He's got to earn his stripes, though. He's got to earn his stripes. I think Steven Bergwijn. He needs to drop. I don't know if that he's put on weight, because Conte's asked him to bulk up a bit and put a bit more muscle on to be that sort of number 10 role behind the striker. But he seems a bit top heavy at the moment, Steven Bergwijn, to be that sort of wing role to replace a Sonny.
Conte does seem to like a really powerful player up front, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
You look at Lukaku bulked up and
Lukaku actually dropped weight for Conte, though, because when he came from Man United, he was too overweight. Lukaku's strength is being powerful but fast.
He seemed stronger and quicker, though, didn't he? Perhaps it was just the general fitness was paying off. Who knows? Chris Agomba, Son is still doing great work off the ball, and he's still running into the box. Yes, that he is. You can't ever knock him for that.
And the other thing is to remember, we all got really super excited about Dele Alli, didn't we? And Dele Alli on last night was the worst player on the pitch, so it's easy to get excited about
South England.
Yeah, exactly. But it's easy to get excited about Steven Bergwijn after one good performance. But let's always remember, like you said, Ben, he played well. We'll give him a chance. He's certainly not taking or filling Son's boots anytime soon. I was curious to know if there was a situation where Sonny could be considered droppable. I don't think it's anything yet, but
to be fair, I don't think we all got excited about Dele Alli.
No, we didn't.
No, I was making comparisons to him and Adebayor playing because their contract's coming up.
Yeah. Adebayor was great for that, wasn't he? He was amazing at doing that.
Yeah. Chris Agomba. Talking about the running off the ball and into the box. His touches has been poor. That's true. It's really let him down lately. Either too many or he's taking his time with passing and shooting. I think the too many touches is probably losing a bit of confidence because things aren't working for him as easily as they were. But we'll see. Sonny, though, he's always been one of those players. He hits purple patches, scores 1 million goals in about 10 games. Then he might not do too much for about 5 games in a row. Then he hits another purple patch. He's always been like that. So just wait and see. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Sonny was always great. Every January he used to, when Harry Kane, because 2 of the last 4 seasons, I remember Harry Kane getting injured around this time of year, and then everyone going, "Oh no, like that's it, our season's over." Especially the Champions League final season in 18-19. And then Sonny stepped up and banged the goals in, kept us in the game. And Harry Kane didn't kick a ball from, I think it was New Year's Day, all the way through until the Champions League final. But Sonny stepped up and did the business when Harry Kane couldn't do it or wasn't available. So I wonder whether or not, well, here's actually a different question, a little different take on it. Do you think, because Sonny hasn't been very good since Conte's come in, if I'm honest. Right,
he's scoring goals though. He has been scoring goals.
Yeah. He has been scoring goals. But would you accept? I know that it's all about goals at the end of the day, Ben. But would you accept that he's in between the goals that he has or hasn't scored? His first touch has been poor. 3 or 4
it has
games.
been,
yeah. So do you think that that's because the formation change doesn't suit him? Do you think it's because Conte hasn't put an arm around him and said, "Hey, you're my guy"? Do you think there's anything that's kind of external influence that's maybe responsible for a little bit of drop in form, albeit that he is still getting the odd goal here and there? But I've noticed a bit of a drop in form, and I wonder what the catalyst is for it. Could be the COVID thing.
Yeah, it might be. He might just be a bit tired, and we need to buy some more reinforcements just to freshen up the team a bit. Again, back to competition. If there's someone like a Vlahovic who's going to be in that team, he can't have a drop of form. So we really do need to spend a bit of money on a forward as well as a defender in January. I think we could possibly leave the midfield, even though it's a lot to be desired. I would like to see if we can get a Kessié for like a 20 million.
Yeah.
That'll be well worth, yeah. We'll come back to this in just a sec. I'm just going to try to clear a couple of comments here. HMQ basically saying Hodge would be the guy to drop out of this lot. I think he would, wouldn't he? That's where he might be fitting in Sonny, left-hand side. Possibly Reguilon, possibly even a Sessegnon. Truth Set 3, I don't think I'm anything special. You don't want to give off that impression. I think you guys are the stars. I'm your fan. Oh, thank you very much, mate. But you are special. You're a tremendous source of support around the channels. It was really, really good to all of us. Love seeing your name pop on the comments.
Yeah,
yourself and Good Goomer is 2 I always look for. Yeah. I know it's going to be a nice stream for us if I see either of you. If it's both, it's heaven. Yeah. Craig saying someone needs to check Stevie B's bins.
Oh, is this the McDonald's thing again? Yeah.
Could well be. Cody Mack, have a good stream, guys. Back to work for me. Stalk you later.
See you, Cody.
He's already gone by now.
Oh, okay.
He's probably being chased by a few FBI agents.
Has Cody Mack been on? Is he American? Cody?
Canadian.
I have seen him on. I've seen him on this stream, or I've seen him on some. Is it Irish?
We are Tottenham. We are Tottenham.
We are Tottenham. Is it?
Yeah. He's usually on there a lot.
Because I hear his name mentioned a hell of a lot, but I've never spoken to him, so I'd like to meet him at some point.
He's quite of a moderator on things like Will Stewart's THFC rants and things like that. Okay. Around a few of the channels. He's one of us that's on every single channel. You can't get rid of him.
Yeah, bit like me.
No, worse. He's my standard for going around the channels, I think.
I love it, man. I think the community. This has been such a life changer for me. I don't want to dwell on it, but it's such a amazing thing. I found you guys everyone.
Truth sets free. Cody Mack legend. Yes, he is.
Yeah,
he definitely
he is.
Very funny man. Love watching him. You can find him a lot on Twitter as well. He's really got a big presence on there, cracking jokes all the time. Really funny bloke to follow. Sorry, Mark Cousins here. Delhi is finished in my opinion. Too much money too soon. I think that as well. He's completely lost the plot a few years ago. He lost the hunger as soon as he got that big fat pay rise, didn't he? We're talking about this as admins on a Facebook page at the time. We kind of saw it coming. Just happens with some players. Perhaps London's a bit too much for some people as well.
Oh, for sure.
Alexander saying Son is getting ready to play in goal as replacement for Lloris.
Yeah.
He could do whatever he likes. I'm still going to smile when he does. Truth sets free. What you guys do for people during the pandemic is so much more important than, horrible tragedy of young legendary man happened in November here. Shocked still. You've helped distract me through it. I'm glad something's helped, mate. I remember when you made a big deal of it at the time on David's channel, first of all, so on the Irish Hotspur. And we didn't know quite what it was all about, but then you went into a little bit on it, and we looked it up, and it's one of those horrible things, isn't it? There's a lot of good people fall into a horrible outbreak, isn't it?
Listen, I just want to jump on that one. Truth, like I've said it to these guys backstage, like meeting you guys, Ben, Kuba, Dermot, Phil, meeting the guys on the Irish and the guys on We Are Tottenham TV. 6 months ago, I didn't even realize that there was a community. I didn't even cross my mind that there was a Tottenham community on YouTube, and certainly didn't think that at 37 years old I would get any value out of spending hours or even minutes like buying into this thing. And for me personally, I'm very lucky in life. I'm very grateful for what I have, but everything's relative. You still feel sorry for yourself all the time if things are worse now than they were yesterday. And meeting this community, you guys and the other guys, it's been a game changer for me. So I completely agree. The truth, it's a wonderful thing. I'm very grateful as well.
Yeah, well, me too. It goes for all of us. We've all got each other's backs on this wonderful YouTube community. Never thought to see anything like it. Facebook tends to be quite toxic, in my opinion. Used to do
Twitter
a lot of admin work. Twitter, yeah, definitely. No, I don't like being on Twitter. I mean, I've got an account just because I have to, sort of thing. Now,
but I deleted it. I will never have Twitter again. I deleted it. It was cancer.
Yeah, I can understand. I deleted mine for a long time as well. It's only when we got this channel up and running, I thought perhaps I better put one back up. What else have we got here? Mark Cousins, Sean, without your Levy glasses on, how much can you see us spending in January? I think we'll come back to that one in a second, because I can imagine that's going to be a
conversation.
A bit of a conversation. Yeah. Chris Akomba, charming that I was not mentioned. Unsubscribe. Sorry, mate. You're
always
a
here.
stalwart of the channel. We're not worthy. Please like and subscribe.
Please stay.
We love you. Cody Mack's unsubscribing again.
Oh no!
No,
we're going down, Kuba. We can't go down, mate. We need to get you to 200. He's not going to 188. No.
Oh yeah, there's Nico Klassen. Yes, I think he might have been our first Belgian. Certainly the first one I remember in my lifetime. May have had some Belgians before that. I don't know. Truth Sets 3, Kuva 99 is literally my hero. I honestly find him to be the coolest man on earth. What on earth? You've got problems now, mate.
The funniest. You're very,
the
very
most
funny.
interesting man from Dos Equis. What's that?
Might need
I
to
don't know
Google
what that is. I'm going to have to Google that in a minute. Yeah. Graham saying, people forget Sonny had his best season last season. He's still top class.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Yeah,
100%.
Deserved his new contract as well. Absolutely deserved it.
He deserved more.
I
don't think he was paid enough. His agent must have said, look, we can get more. And Sonny was like, just get it done. Just stop. I'm happy here. Just get it done. because I feel like he should have and could have got more considering the pay, the relative pay of other players. He's just a superstar. You know that song that Tottenham sing, "Can't Smile Without You."
Yeah.
You know, like that's about Sonny.
Yeah,
that is about Sonny. You know, he's a breath of fresh air in.
I've said this before. If in the World Cup, if it's not England winning it, I hope South Korea do, because I'd love to see Sonny lift the trophy.
Yeah,
that'll be just as awesome, I think.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Dermot wouldn't. Dermot would say no. Ireland. Ireland next.
He'll claim Sonny's an honorary Irishman at that point.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Alexander saying you would like that 4-0 scoreline against Watford.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah. Get back on track properly.
No, it's an away game, right? We haven't won away under Conte in the league, and we need one, because there's a monkey on our back a little bit there. I think people are going to start to think there's a difference between our home and away form on Sunday or Saturday, whenever the day is we're playing them. It
kind of fits in with the Conte narrative, though, as well. 3 points, then 1 point, keeps his 2-point average up on games. So perhaps he's doing it literally on a mathematical basis.
Well, I wouldn't put it past him. In Conte, we trust it.
Scott M, good of you to join us again, Scott. Good morning, guys. Kuva, Ben, the new gentleman I'm not sure I know. This is Sean Butler. He's got his own channel on Spurs Talk Show, isn't it? All one word.
That's it, yeah. Spurs Talk Show, all one word, yeah.
Sean's a top bloke. Can talk your ear off all day long. Really good. But it's all good stuff. Mark Cousins, I wasn't mentioned either. I've been on.
Oh, we're losing half our audience.
Right.
Oh no!
I'm blaming the management. I blame the management entirely.
We've got to sort this out. I'm going to go and buy some subscribers for you guys. Go on a fiver.
I'm done. Right. Non-idle. It's Ben and Sean in charge now. I'm off.
Don't go anywhere, Mark. Don't go anywhere, buddy. Come stay. We're going to mention you now. We're going to get back to your comment in a second about the Levy budget as well.
Craig saying, I had posters of these players all over my wall from the old Shoot magazine. Yeah, me too, mate. And the Panini sticker album. I never got Chris Waddle to finish off the Spurs set. I've still got it somewhere. I was angry about it. But yeah, every season, Panini stickers as well. The album.
I used to love those things.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Do those things still exist? Are they
still... They do. They're just not as cool though. Kids are not into it anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
They can digitize it somehow, make it like more of like an NFT kind of crypto something. They could do something with it to make it fun again.
Crypto chewing gum.
I remember having a Michael Carrick, a shiny Michael Carrick in about 2004. And it was like,
got.
And it was just like it was like he was the star player of the team. It was the only shiny in the Tottenham team. It was like worth like 60 quid at the time. Everyone wanted it. I was just I felt I was the coolest person on the planet.
I used to come into school with like a stack, like with elastic band around it of all of my doubles, all of my swapsies, and then go and like compare them. And we just spent all lunchtime going, got, need, swap, got. It was good times, man. Good times.
Slightly off topic, but have you guys been following how much Pokemon cards are worth now? I mean, some of the price, like a shiny Charizard now is like 20k.
I've got no idea what that even means. Is it the same thing?
Like Charizard, Charizard is in the Pokemon.
No, I know. All I've ever heard about Pokemon was there was a game that people played on their phone. I don't know what.
Yeah, it's like a game on the Nintendo, like the handheld Nintendo games. But it was also a trading card game first. And When you it was a game first. Then they made a trading card game about the actual game, and it was like two things. But
just quickly there, Chrissy Waddle there, overcome with emotions just at reaching the FA Cup final. That's how important it was back then.
So it should
be. On the screen, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Bring back drinking.
I've never seen that before. That's insane.
That's Nico Klassen, the Belgian player. He was a good
back
player.
the champers. I love it. Cheers, Ozzy. Cheers, Glenny. To you, my friend.
Suppose they're not sparking up a cigarette or something back then as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben. So you were saying Yeah,
some of
these
the
things,
cards, Pokemon cards, especially if you get shiny ones, are worth upwards of £20,000. Like they're
insane, mate.
crazy, and people pay it as
So
well.
this is like the UK equivalent of baseball cards, is it, in America?
No, it's international. It's all over the world.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So,
Right.
if you want to buy Pokemon cards now, it's now physically impossible because people with lots of money go to like places like Smythe's and all the big toy stores, and they just spend thousands on all the Pokemon cards. So now the people that Pokemon cards are directed at, they can't buy them because they can't fucking get them.
It's a problem with capitalism, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sean, have you
Yes,
adjusted your camera a little bit to make it look like you've got a grown-up chair now?
No, I've been sat in the same position for.
You're usually really far down on the camera.
Yeah, it's usually that.
I can do that, or I can do this, whichever you want. I can do how do you want me to stand? It's up to you. I slouch. I'm a big fat guy, and I slouch a lot. And this is
nothing compared to me, mate.
I told you guys, I'm going to be building a new a new business, and it's going to be Fat Boy gaming chairs because these things need to be about 6 inches wider, about 6 inches taller, and the cushion has to be about 8 inches deeper to make my fat ass a little bit less numb.
Air cushioned and a bit of vibrations going through it. Yeah,
I'm gonna be doing it. If you guys want it,
and cooling system.
yeah, 100%. There's money to be made, so I can buy some of those Pokemon cards.
I'm in, mate. Yeah, never mind. Sorry, gonna a bit of a drop in tone just for a second, but
sorry about that.
Truth sets free. He's saying, "I'll tell you the truth, then I'll shut up. We lost both my wife's parents after our wedding. Then we lost my best friend, her brother, a much better man than me at 42 in 2018. Then 3 more. So it's therapy." Jesus, that's a rough time, mate.
Yeah, it is.
The heart goes out to you, mate. That's how do you cope with that many?
But it's always welcome here if he ever wants a therapy session. That's the main point of this channel, is just to give somewhere for people to go and have a chat.
Mate, we all lose somebody, but that's a lot to be dealing with in a short time. Yeah, especially after the happy occasion, then it's all happy. Yeah. Really sorry to hear it, mate.
Mate, so sorry to hear that, mate.
I find it difficult to imagine somebody's a much better man than you, though, because you're a fantastic chap.
Nice.
I hope things are working out better for you now, and it's getting a bit easier, mate. But we're always around. If we can make you laugh a bit, that's great.
Yeah.
At least I can do something right in my life, because I'm messing up my own otherwise. Same as everybody else. I think everybody in these Spurs channels is depressed in one way or another.
Everyone in life is, mate. Everyone in life at the moment is missing something that they had a few years ago before COVID. Everyone's feeling, on different levels. Sorry for themselves.
Spurs trophies for me.
Yeah, exactly. But there's personal loss where you had something that you don't have anymore, and then you feel a little bit sorry for yourself, and then there's real loss, which is what Truth's gone through. And it gives everyone perspective. So big up, Truth, and anyone else who's listening who's going through tough times as well.
Indeed, and if you're really struggling with it, please reach out to us all on the Spurs channels, because it's far better to reach out and find somebody that's going through the same sort of things. There's loads of people who understand the same sort of losses and the hard times you're going through. There's a lot of people in trouble at this time, and men's health issues especially has been a big issue lately.
Yeah.
A lot of us going through bad times, and we're there for each other. There's 100%. Even a few support groups behind the scenes if people are in need, and along those lines. But please don't sit there in silence. You're never alone. You never have to be alone.
100%. Well said, mate.
Scott Emmy's clarifying what the Dos Equis was about. It's that the most interesting man in the world was an advertising campaign for a beer company here in North America.
Now we have to go back and read the initial comment to bring it back to. Now we know what it was. What was the initial thing?
It's Cooper was the most interesting man in the world.
There you go, Cooper.
Oh, hang on. Is the NA North America or is it for
Yeah,
something else?
North America.
I was suddenly thinking, oh, it's going to be Nebraska or something like that.
Very good, mate. Very good.
Yeah, I'll take the compliment. No,
Take
cheers.
it. Take it. Take it.
Dos yeah, Truth Sets Free as well, saying beer commercial, most interesting guy in the world. Yeah, thank you for the reference. Anyway, I'll definitely take it. Alexander Hilton saying, to be fair, draw away, win at home isn't too bad. It's 76 points. Yeah, that's what we should be aiming at, really, isn't it? That'll set the mark. Do we think anybody else is going to challenge that? Can't see Man United doing it. Can't see West Ham doing it.
What is the average fourth spot points accumulation?
You can't.
It's got to be about 76 points, isn't it? It's not.
76 points won you the title a few years ago.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
I'll take 76 points right now. Yeah.
There was a season back in the 90s where that was enough for Man United to win the title, if I remember rightly. So, it depends. I think there's too many teams at the top who have too many easy matches against the bottom half now.
Yeah.
They say there's no easy matches, but it's not true, is it? I mean, Man City are going to pulverize Norwich, aren't they? Yeah.
Norwich at the moment are they're just coming up to get their money, go back down, get their booster, come back up, come up.
Exactly. Scott saying, I'm always looking for new Spurs content, so I'll check out Sean's channel.
Thanks,
mate. He's a very good listener, is Sean. That's because if you go on as a guest, you can't do anything else but listen.
I know, I talk. I'm very verbose. For my sins, I am the most verbose man. So I apologise to everyone who wants to get a word in edgeways.
I'm surprised with us three on, any of us gets to talk. So this constant loop.
It's just always talking. It's just a hurricane.
There'll be no silent air on anything that I'm generally involved in. I know I need to shut up more. I do apologise if I offend anybody.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you need on
the first time we had Frank on, what a chap. So even we were not getting a word in edgeways. Frank was just talking Frank. That was a great listen.
He was answering his own questions, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I remember.
I'll tell you what, I spoke to him for about 3 hours after the show the other night.
That was a backstage.
Lot of fun.
Oh, fantastic! Like really interesting.
He's a very smart guy, but he knows his stuff as well. He knows his history. Every time he comes on to anyone's channel, he is like
he's well prepared.
Well prepared. He's got his opinions. He knows how to justify them. He's a very smart fella.
The football bit was the only bit I could touch him on. The rest of it, he knew more than me about history of politics, and we're comparing the UK to the US, and he knew everything about it. It was every little detail, quotes from presidents, and why things hadn't worked out as they did. It was a really interesting story. I learned a lot of him.
I really want to ask him though, Kuba, because when he's on these shows, he looks like he's like leaning into his microphone.
I think he's lying down.
Is he lying? That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask him. Has he got like is it a couch?
He's halfway around the world. The room's tilting, isn't it? Flat earther. He believes.
He looks like he's lying down to me, and I really want to clarify whether it's a couch that he's lying on, and then there's a laptop at the end with a microphone. Because I've always wondered what his positioning is.
Catching up with a few comments as well. Craig Bowler saying, "Truth Sets, really sorry for your losses, my friend." Yeah, that's echoed by all of us. Truth Sets very popular among the channels. Saying the Truth Sets, wishing him well back. Alexander saying, back in 2016, Panini had a Euro 2016 card pack, and I got special Ronaldo card. When I went to see how much it cost, it was £50.
Wow.
Nice. 4-1 Spurs, Truth Sets 3. Yeah, that was the end of the Spurs Watford game. We kind of got sidetracked as usual. But as we do. Craig Bowler, never on your own when you're in the Spurs family. We can all suffer together watching the Spurs. We can indeed. And it is good to know we are there around for each other. Been talking to a couple of people who have been having hard times lately. And even when I didn't have the solution for them, I knew somebody that would put them in contact, and getting some things sorted out and people getting some help. So yeah, reiterate, you're never alone, never have to be alone. Just reach out to somebody, even if they can't help you themselves. They'll help you get to somebody that can, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Chris Agomba, Truth Sets Free. Sorry for your losses. I had similar experiences, so you're not alone. Yeah, exactly. With you, we all have losses sometimes, but some can be more devastating than others, or too many at the same time. Well, one's too many, but it's hard times. It's hard times. Chris, thanks and bless you. Yeah, it's one of those. Graham saying, I am going to Watford on Saturday. I've only missed 2 games in Premier League, Wolves and Newcastle. Should I go? As I have not seen them win away, Graham. Yeah.
Gotta go.
Why not?
Gotta go.
Why
Jingle
not?
bells.
Absolutely. If you got, especially with the away games, it's difficult to get tickets, isn't it?
Away games. If you can't go, I will. I'll cancel on where I'm supposed to be streaming. I'll take your ticket. Watford. Apparently, Watford's not actually that bad of a stadium to be in the Watford in the away end. It's actually apparently you can. It's pretty good. So I've not been. I'd love to go to Vicarage Road. So yeah, get yourself down there. It's not difficult.
Just on the Metropolitan line as well. It's very easy.
They're a crazy family club as well. They're always up and down, sacking their managers and everything. Yeah. But there's a good vibe to the fans. They're enjoying their football when they come up, and then bewildered as to what's going on, like the rest of us. Yeah. Good. Definitely go if you can. Definitely. Truth Sets Free. My faith is extremely strong, and the Course of Miracles book has always saved my life. Kuva knows I talk a lot of spiritual and got in fights with people initially. I've toned it down. Sorry. Don't need to apologise, mate. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but you don't have to sort of deny your own feelings on things either. So toning it down is probably the best thing to do, because I have to do that on other things as well, especially if it gets political. Because
oh damn, it always brings up politics, and we're always hiding under the table.
I'll be hunted down as some sort of communist because I don't like the government.
I think you'll be in a group of like everybody that doesn't like the government at the moment.
I've never liked a government we've had in this country in my lifetime.
Yeah,
anyway.
same.
It's all the
what are they going to do with me being the Jewish guy? What are they going to do? They're going to take me down.
How can you persecute the persecuted? That's like, I mean, you get double strength, Ben. I mean, you'll have to hide in amongst us now. Truth Sets Free, Chris. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, likewise. Same, Chris. Because there was a game on? Yeah, we had.
Yeah, there was.
We had one on. It's all gone
87
now.
Season. Yeah, it's all gone now.
It was a good year.
Whole 87 season. It just went like that. It was like Thanos with his glove on. Truth Sets Free. I ruined the stream.
No, mate. Need to apologise.
No, you didn't.
Never. Don't even worry about it, mate. Just stay strong, bro. We're here for you if you need us.
I'd say it go as far as to say it's actually nice when you get to know a bit about some of the people you see on the streams. It's when you know the backgrounds, you can sympathise and you can have a better laugh along with people when things are going well. So
100%.
Yeah, I've met an awful lot of people now I consider family online. It's great stuff. I mean, Ben here now, he's come to the point where I know him so well now that I'm actually sick of the sight of him.
Yep. That doesn't take long though with me.
No, me neither. We're going to be squabbling over things before long. Craig Bowler, you haven't ruined the stream at all, Truth. Yeah, absolutely haven't.
Correct.
Absolutely. I hope we don't take Watford lightly and we smash them. They're one of those dangerous sort of sides, aren't they? They've got an outrageously good result in them somewhere, but most of the time they get smashed. We'll just hope we're not one of those where they suddenly turn it on and hit 5 goals or something. Can't see it though, somehow, can you? Well,
let's have a look quickly, just briefly. I'm just looked at their most recent results up. So what did they do? They lost to Brentford on the yesterday. They lost. They got smashed by West Ham. They lost against Brentford away at Brentford 2-1. Then before that, 4th of December, they lost 3-1 at home to City. Before that, they were at home to Chelsea, lost 2-1. Before that, they were away at Leicester, lost 4-2. The last time they won was the 20th of November against Manchester United at home, and that had a red card for United. Harry Maguire, I think it was, in the 69th minute.
Was.
But the damage was done for them before that. So they're on the back of a really poor run of results. So
yeah, at the end of the day, league table doesn't lie at this sort of stage onwards, does it? And they're right down just above the relegation zone. Can see them going down.
They're going down, yeah.
Yeah, them and Norwich. So. Them and Norwich for sure. And then it's just whoever's there.
Hopefully, Crystal Palace
them Norwich and Newcastle. All three of those are going down.
You think Newcastle?
Yeah. Newcastle will go down.
Perhaps Norwich to stay up and Palace to go down with Newcastle and Watford.
I don't care if Newcastle go down
just because of Vieira.
I'm desperate for Newcastle to go down with all that money, and I hope they don't.
But not before they spend 200 million in January, right? Go and buy Dele Alli, go and buy everybody else that they need and they want, and then take the whole lot, go down, and then we can go and get Saint Maximin. The ship goes down, and then we can go and buy Saint Maximin for 10 million in June. That's a nice scenario that I'll accept. Yeah,
but then again, the mercenaries they've bought bring the ship down even more, so they're playing Sunderland in League One.
Yeah.
And then Sunderland to beat them on the opening day of next season. That'll be great. Don't stop. Saint Maximin, what a signing that'll be. It's better than being linked with that Traore, isn't it?
Yeah,
I take Maximin's a proper player. Take him all day long. He can shoot
and get him a Gucci sponsorship so he can wear a Gucci headband.
See, you're thinking outside the box, Ben. I love that about you. You're figuring out money, different ways, different commercialization. It's fantastic. Yeah, the Gucci headband.
Dermot asking what happened. What happened? Oh, is that about the about Truth Set presumably? It's all fine, Dermot. Truth Set was opening up a little bit, and he thought it wasn't good for the channel, but we disagree. He's perfectly entitled to. Catman just saying, Truth Sets Free, you don't ruin streams, you show who you are and what you believe in, and I love that about you. Big up, Truth. Yeah, absolutely.
Big up, Truth.
Absolutely. The streams wouldn't be out the same without him on.
Should we go back and answer what's his name? Who was it who said it? Mark Cousins asked a question a long time ago.
We answered it. Did you not answer it?
No, about how much
we're coming back to, I'll just catch up on these ones quickly.
Sorry, is there more? Sorry, I do apologise.
Yeah, Dermot saying, sorry guys, have breathing issue tonight, so having the night off. Love to all, and thank you, Coover and Ben and Sean, for stepping in. You're welcome, mate. Enjoy the break. Yeah. We're having fun anyway, aren't we? Well,
yes, don't care. Love it.
Don't care about you two, to be honest. I'm all right.
Yeah.
Where's Phil?
No.
Is Phil off as well?
I don't know. I think Phil's
cocktail night probably.
Phil's been at his folks' place, so I don't know what they're doing. Probably having a bit of board games or something, knowing them.
Phil,
not
really
knowing
nice
them, I should say.
Lovely guy.
True Chat Story, Catman, thanks. I thought after the 3 months, I'd just tell you the truth.
Yeah.
It's cool, mate. All good.
And as your name says, the truth sets you free.
Yeah. Indeed. It is a weight lifted when you can manage it. Yeah. Graham saying the truth sets free. Feel sorry for your loss. Yes, that echoed by all of us on the channel, I'm sure. Big up Truth from Dermot the German. That's what we're going to call him now. You're a legend, man. Yes, he is. Truth, love you, Dermot. I'm McDermott. Yes, that's true. That was the big thing. He said it. He was always cringing about the amount of Dermots on the channel. Now he said it. True Set3 is a McDermott. Never forget it. But our Dermot is more Irish than that. He's very much an O'Dermot if he can. Craig Bowler. I worked out Newcastle need 1.5 points per game to get 40 points. Average points of 18th place teams that got relegated over 22 seasons is 36.
They're not getting that. They're useless. They are.
It seems a low point sort of scoring season at the bottom, doesn't it?
But if Newcastle can go and you can't. Like the next 30 days, guys, you got to get ready for. Here's what I want to be doing. I want to be on your show talking not just about Tottenham, but talking about the consequences of other people's actions in the January market. I think that Newcastle are going to create a January window. They're going to be like, January windows generally are pretty boring versus summer windows, but it's 1 month versus 2.5 months compressed. So there's always a little bit of action, but generally speaking, it's always a situation of who's going to get the domino effect. It takes one big signing to go from one team that can then get rid of the player that they don't need, that goes somewhere else, and then so blah, 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 blah. And it gets this kind of domino thing going on. And I think that that Newcastle, I'm just wondering why there's a fourth thing coming in now.
It's Dermot sneaking
Dermot's
on.
coming in. Perfect. But I think that Newcastle are going to spend big. They're going to be aggressive. They have to be. And I think that is going to get the balls rolling. The dominoes are going to fall, and it's going to create all sorts of mayhem. And Tottenham are going to be a participant in it. I hope that it's Dele Alli that goes. It could be Tanguy on Dembele. It could be anything. Or it might not even be anything that Tottenham happened to do with Newcastle, but it could just get other things moving on. Yeah. I want to see your channel and other channels, and I'll do it on my channel as well if possible. I want to have frequent content that's discussing, even if Tottenham aren't involved, there'll be so many things that are going on here, and here that we can then talk about, well, what does that mean for us? How do we participate? How do we take advantage of this? And there's so much that we can get on board with. So it's going to be a really interesting next 32 days.
Mean, that'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting conversation.
Of course, one of the domino effects for us will probably be Ndombele halfway through a 15-inch Hawaiian Classic.
Yeah.
How many Big Macs has he had today before he gets his physical for Newcastle?
probably has it down his shirt.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that whole thing that was on that? I mean, do you think that there's any truth to it, that his bin was full of McDonald's wrappers? It might be. I'm not going to put it past him, but
I also wouldn't put it past a fan putting them in there for a laugh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I really hope someone did that just as a laugh.
That would be hilarious, yeah.
It would be. I mean, if you're a journo, would you go that low? Of course you would.
Especially if it's a sum.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Right, okay. Truth Set 3 again. If you want spiritual, think of this. My uncle's name is David Harris. My dad's name is Jack. And my name is McDermott. And my dog's name is Cooper. Right, only joking about that.
Nice.
I'm going to call my cat Truth Sets 3.
Am I a cat? I'm just a random
I'm going to teach him how to play golf.
Hey, wait, what is your cat's name, Cooper? You told me this the other day, and it's a wild, weird one. It's
the cat we haven't got now, but it's
that's
Dark Nemesis, Sinister Mr. Tiddles the Third.
Amazing.
I thought
just so we can write it down on the vet's just so we could write it on the vet's card. It came out like that, and then have to read it out to confirm the name.
Yeah, I'm just phoning up Mr. Cooper for Dark Nemesis. Mr. Kiddles the Third he's got his injections due on Tuesday. Is that right? Hilarious. Did that happen? Did vet?
It did, yeah. They'd say it out each time. Yeah.
Superb.
But anyway, shorten to Nemi because it's a bit of a handful otherwise. True Sets 3. Graham, thanks. You guys are amazing people. Yeah, love our crowd, the whole YouTube community. Well, Craig and I, great example of people that don't agree on a lot of things, but we're on all the shows together and always back and forth with the conversations. It's great. You can not agree, but appreciate you're both Spurs fans and want the same thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's the great thing. We've got so many people that realise that instead of just getting angry with each other. It's fantastic community.
I think it makes a good point here, though, Kuba.
I think Newcastle will have to get a lot of loans. It will be hard to get players on long contracts when they could end up being relegated.
Yeah,
totally agree. Yeah,
it's a really good point, mate, and it'd be interesting. That's why I think this January window is going to be.
They have to buy it.
Fascinating. They absolutely have to do business. They have to do business. They have to spend a lot of money to try and capture people's imagination. Otherwise, they're down, and these rich oil men are going to go, well, what have we done here? So they're in a shockingly treacherous and dangerous position. But Craig makes a great point. How many players are going to want to sign up to a 3, 4, 5-year contract if they have to get those points that Craig mentioned earlier?
There'll be relegation clauses in there though, so they can go for cheaper price.
So be it.
Someone wants to buy them, yeah.
Yeah, so be it if that's the case. But there's going to be an incredibly high amount of complex math, complex contracts that is happening, and whatever you think about Daniel Levy, I think he's the sort of guy that can get creative with the math if he can take advantage. So I think Newcastle are going to get things going. I think they're going to have to spend a lot of money. However that money is spent, whether they have to pay for loans, if they want Dele Alli on loan, but Dele Alli doesn't want to sign, just for example, because he doesn't want to go down to the Championship next season potentially. All of those things. Daniel Levy's going to be sitting there spinning plates going, this is amazing. This is juicy. How do we get the best return? We can loan players to them and have kickbacks. Or like you say, Ben, we'll put in relegation, or the player will put in, or the agent will put in relegation release clauses. I think this January is going to be a mind-blowingly exciting January transfer window. And that's why I think that your channel and anybody else's channel who has the time, myself included, should be talking about this stuff every day, even if it doesn't involve Tottenham. I think it should be spoken about because the domino effect will eventually hit Tottenham. It's going to be crazy and fascinating. So good point, Dan, Craig. Good point, mate.
And if Newcastle are like desperate to get a Kieran Trippier, not that I want Kieran Trippier back, because in the last season he was at Tottenham, he made 8 terrible mistakes which led us out of the Champions League. Which is why I wouldn't have him back. But if we can get someone like a Kieran Trippier, like if he already wants to leave and Atletico are already willing to let him leave, we could spring him because he's not going to want to go to Newcastle over a bigger team. So we can use them. Some of the bigger players that they're going for. You're giving you a lot of money, but do you want to go down? You can be at Tottenham under Antonio Conte.
The one thing that I know is I don't know the players that are available in Europe like you guys do, like some of the other guys like Jack at Kaneki does. I'm not as aware of where the quality is, how much the value of these players should be. So I'll lean to you guys for all that stuff. But I can tell you now that I think that January is going to be an accountant and a negotiator. It's going to be their dream world scenario. I think there's going to be so much crazy shit happening. So it's going to be exciting.
It's going to be the perfect time for Paratici. Paratici is going to thrive in this window.
100%. Well, let's hope so.
Here's an interesting one from Alex tied into it as well. I know it's meant as a joke, but also, is there a little bit of truth to it? Daniel Levy notices that he can ruin the transfer window for other clubs.
Yeah. Precisely. It's a competitive time.
Yeah, you would do what you could, couldn't you? So, joking aside, it's got to be a serious option if you can throw a spanner in the works, unsettle a few players, throw a few other clubs off the scent of others, and outbid some when you look like they were getting a bargain. Of course, you would. So, no need for an LOL at the end of that, Alex. You're right.
Yeah. Yep.
Truth Set 3, St. Maxime would help us. Yeah,
yes, he would. He'd be the new Ginola in that role. He's such a good player.
But I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Excuse me. I don't think he's going to. Newcastle are going to be under no obligation to sell him, even though a lot of teams would want him. But should Newcastle, go down in the end of the season, then he won't want to be a Championship player next season. And I think by then, most teams would be biting your hand off for the guy. Yeah. I can't see him leaving Newcastle in January. He's a cult hero there as well, right? Everybody in Newcastle loves him. He's kind of like the new Shearer. So
kind of love him when you're not at Newcastle.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. We'd love to have him, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm not saying I want him, but creativity and attacking. Yeah, we'll go as far as to say we do want him.
He's brilliant.
Will. Yeah,
is that the same? Was that St. Maxim? The same?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love him. Yeah,
couldn't agree more. Chris Agomba, Matty Hayes is going to be busy in January.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, he certainly will. Especially when you have to go through rumours alone. I mean, it's just going to be crazy.
Mark
Cousins, you didn't answer my questions. I asked how much you want.
Simple answer. I think it's going to be about 100. I think 100 million's on the table for January. I genuinely think it. I think that there's enough money, and I could be completely wrong. I could be entirely wrong, Mark, but I think that there is enough money to buy. I think there could be enough money to get hold of Vlahovic. And I think that if we want to buy Vlahovic and a Kessie and some midfielders, I think that maybe the midfielders, there has to be a bit of coming or going before coming. I think we might have to get rid of Delhi. We might have to get rid of Ndombele. But I think there could be as much as 80 to 100 million as a net spend if Daniel Levy wants to be thought of like anything better than a shit show. Then Daniel Levy needs to put his hand in his pocket. The money is 100% available. It is there. It can't. He can dance around and pick other reasons or find excuses. But if he doesn't put his hand in his pocket and back Conte, then his stock will be at an all-time low. And I'll join anybody on the back of that who wants to say, Levy's a so and so. I think that there's 80 to 100 million net spend available in January, providing that the market is what I hope it is, with Newcastle starting the ball rolling and all these things happening. If there is that kind of flow and the economy's in a situation within the football market where there's things are going left and right and there's things happening, I think he could do it. We'll soon see, Mark. I'm sorry I haven't had the chance to answer it. We've been dancing around, but I do think there's enough money available. It just depends on certain catalysts within the market. But I think this January will blow everyone's mind open to what this will be. I think this will be the most exciting January window that we've seen for a few years. I hope.
Oh, I don't know about you, Ben. I'm needing some trouser adjustments after that.
He's bang on. I think 100 million to buy now, and I think there will be an extra 50 million for those loan to buyers that Paratici loves. Seems to love. I think that's the 150 million in there. So
it's not just Paratici, is it? It's been a regular practice over the last few years, hasn't it?
Yeah. But Paratici is almost like the godfather of doing that.
Yeah. The only thing that might be disappointing is he might decide to throw money into, because there's so many. There's a list of 100 amazing top class names that are available for free at the end of the year. And so this again is where Daniel Levy might think he's too smart and start to say, well, I'll give you 10 million for him now rather than getting him for free at the end of the year. And the other club says, I'll do it for 25 million or 20 million. And Daniel Levy thinks that his negotiation skills are better than they are. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to hold my breath, but I think that there's either going to be a lot of signings that we make now for June on freeze, or I don't hang my hat on this. I don't want my reputation to be put on the line here, but I'm pretty confident there's a lot of money to be made available in January. So I'm happy.
Especially because there's revenue now. There's revenue.
Yeah, there's revenue now, exactly. And a lot of revenue as well.
I think this time I'm going to defend Daniel Levy against Sean's comment there.
Oh, no.
By paying early. Yeah, you check this out. By paying a little bit early to get the player early. I mean, if Daniel Levy hadn't have done that, we would not have got Holtby, would we?
Fair enough.
There you go. Deal with that. No, that wasn't the two barrels. That'll come later.
Mark, I think it's going to be a really exciting January, regardless of what happens with Tottenham. I think it's been fascinating to watch Sky Sport News every day, but I do think that Tottenham are primed to spend, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be a fascinating 30 days from here. So, yeah, I hope that's answers your question, mate. From my perspective, I could be wildly wrong. Hope I'm not. That's how I see it.
Going from a while back, I can't remember what Catman Chess is replying to. That's awesome, Google. That's from about 15 minutes ago. I don't know what we were talking about then.
Sorry, me talking again.
Not to worry. True Set 3 smiling about that. Great stream, guys. Thank you, Derek Hutchinson. Didn't even notice you sneaking in. Been too wrapped up in things, haven't we? Catman Jess, Truth, you would like my one cat's name? It's T. Ooh, nice. Yeah, fits in with Truth's golfing. Golf.
Oh.
Meow.
Phil, is that you?
There's a cat amongst the pigeons.
So somebody's been on the alcohol again.
I only had one. That's it. It's not me.
There's a pretty boy there.
Oh dear. I think we'll end it there. No,
We have to go through the comments.
Let's have it in the comments. Who do we think the mystery voice could be? That's definitely fair.
It's actually me. Hello, guys.
All right, Phil. How you doing, Phil?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Good here, mate. Good here. So just trying to get through a few comments, mate. Catman.
Yeah, all right.
I love that name. Craig Bowler. Joe Roden on a 6-month loan would be good for us and Newcastle. I'd be happy to sell him, but yeah, definitely needs to be out of the club to get some first-team football.
Sell him.
Yes, sell him. Sean Butler, spot on. True Set 3 says, this is Dermot again, so we'll just ignore that straight away. He said, for us to make top 4, we need 2 or 3 new players, and what the guys think we should buy, and who do we get loans into? And do we get loans into? Yeah, probably a bit of both, I would have thought. It's the easiest way is the loan to buy, isn't it? I think we'll all be looking at that. Let's get through a few of these and we'll come back to that one. Craig Bowler, Trippier has a 31 million release clause. We'd have to negotiate that one down as he's 31 years old and only 18 months on his contract. But I'd take him over Doherty.
I think he said that. I think Trippier said he would come back to England, but not to Tottenham. I think he said the only place he'd go back to was his boyhood club, which I'm not mistaken was Burnley. Yeah, correct, Ben. Yeah, so I don't think he wants to come back to Tottenham, and I don't think Daniel Levy would pay 31 million for anybody that's 31 years old.
He might make a very good sort of little till the end of the season loan deal, though.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I haven't seen anything that makes me think that Trippier wants to come back.
Yeah, so, that's it. At the main end of the day, if they don't want to play for us, don't want them. That's for sure. Yeah. True Set 3, why is our community so smart and sophisticated? It's addicting. Other fan bases just blow bubbles and punch each other in the head.
Yeah.
It's because we haven't got them at hand. If we had West Ham and Chelsea fans at hand, I'm sure we could punch them in the head. I'll ask
you. Can't blow bubbles though. Still no blowing. No bubbles.
They do the blowing bubbles. That's for sure. Yeah. Big up. Alexander saying Daniel egg and spoon race outside the stadium. £1 donation to bring in 2 sunflower fish. You know what? If that was the offer, I reckon we'd probably get 100,000 people to turn up and be a long way short.
Still be a long. Yeah, that'll pay his salary for about half an hour. But, I'll keep doing
it. Egg and spoon. No, he'd have to provide eggs then.
Yeah,
that's not happening.
You get them from the chip shop. Get them from Uncle Jim's Kebabbery.
Just correcting myself, Levy. St. Maximin is another Traore.
Disagree. Sorry, Derek. St. Maximin.
He's Traore that can play football. There's a big difference.
I don't know whether or not the question would be whether or not he can play at the level when he's not the superstar, when he's not the cult hero. A lot of players, there's the Matt Lettice, not Phil Lettice, but Matt Lettice was a superstar, but he loved being the big fish in a small pond at Southampton. Maybe St. Maximin is the same. Maybe he goes somewhere bigger and he's not quite as put on a pedestal as much. That would be a question that I'd happily consider, but to consider him the same as Traore, I don't agree with that. Sorry, Derek.
This one would be nice from Craig Bowler. And Ndombele swap for De Ligt, Vlahovic outright, and a few free transfers on pre-contracts.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yeah. I'll go with that.
And Ndombele would really suit the Italian league. Ben, I've heard you mention it, and Kuba, you've said it before as well. Mm. He's not necessarily set up for the fast pace of the UK game, but Italy is slower. makes a lot more sense. But someone else was saying that De Ligt has had a horrible. That he hasn't done it at
He doesn't suit Italy. It's a bit too tactical for him. He's a Delight is a much more. He's a physical presence. He likes to get forward. He's not so much of a tactical magician. But that's why we've got someone like he'd be the middle of the back three with Romero and Davies to start off with before we get a left centre. Perfect. If we ever go forward, he can. If we need to get the ball back, he can intercept the ball and then play in through midfield like he did at Ajax. So there's many options, and he scores with his head. He terrorised us.
Yeah, he did. Ajax. Yeah, Ajax. It was insane. I listened to you, man. I'll take your lead on the Italian stuff. What you just said sounds great. I'd have him in.
Here we go. Here's a chance for you, Sean, to big up your channel. Mark Cousins asking, big up, Sean. What's your channel called again? I will subscribe.
Hi, Mark. It's Spurs Talk Show, all one word, on YouTube and on Twitter. Love you to come and subscribe, mate. But for what it's worth, I'm not trying to grow my channel like other people, like these guys are. I'd much rather support everybody else. I do appreciate the support, but thank you. Yeah, at Spurs Talk Show.
There we go. And if you don't get it, just give me a shout again, and I'll put you in the right direction. Well worth having on your list. Craig Bowler. I know Ben disagreed with me, but Juventus have operated at a loss for 5 years now, and last year Inter and Juventus were 1 and 2 in losses. I think Inter lost 240 million and Juve 210 million. We lost 90. Ooh, that's interesting figures.
Yeah. The TV money is a lot less in Italy, but one thing you can always say with Juventus that's different from Inter is they own their own football stadium. They're the only football team in Italy that owns their own stadium. So all the municipal authorities own their stadiums. Like Milan owns the San Siro, the city. The city of Napoli owns the Stadio Maradona. The municipal of Fiorentina owns the Stadio Franchi. All the cities own the stadiums. That's the only one that doesn't is Juventus. So even if Juventus operate with a loss, they will still get, when crowds return to normal, they will get maximum revenue from the shirts, and because they own everything. They have the entire Juventus area is owned by the Agnelli family, as well as them being owned by Fiat, literally the biggest motor company in the world. So even if they're running a loss in terms of the next couple of years, maybe mostly because of the Ronaldo thing, the amount of money they had to pay off Ronaldo. That was
and I think also, Ben, I'm not going to step on your toes on the football side of things, but Italy were in lockdown a lot stricter than the UK was. The UK's been in a version of lockdown, but across the world, you're going to struggle to find a country that had a more lenient lockdown than here. So that must have played a lot of a heavy toll on the Italian football situation as well. Just in commercial revenue and going to the game and getting your T-shirts, whatever, all those things. So, Craig, take your point. Was it Craig who said it? Take your point. Yeah. Again, I'm no expert. Ben's the expert on Italian football, but I would imagine that if you're looking just at last season's data, the finances, then I'd imagine that that's probably a bit anomalous, and that we should wait a little bit and see what happens to them this season or next season and see if they get back on their feet. But if we can take advantage of their losses, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Well, it ties in with the continuation of his point, really, isn't it? We must be able to raid Italian clubs that are struggling for money.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. I don't see. I think Juventus are a red herring because every player in Italy wants to play for Juventus. That's why Locatelli. Like, there's so many English clubs that could have had Locatelli, but even though Juventus are in a poor reign of form at the moment, he was desperate to go to Juventus. They still have that pulling factor. People want to play for Juventus. Like, it's that you can't. What's it called? People are not going to leave Juventus to come to Tottenham unless they're physically given like a reason, like a shit ton of money. Juventus is a big football club, an elite football club for the most part. So we still need to look at it that way.
Absolutely. Catman just saying that's your cat's name, Coov. Oh yeah, when he was saying he enjoyed that, the dark nemesis, sinister Mr. Tiddles the Third. Yeah, it's this obvious cat name for me. Right, Truth Sets Free. building a stadium like this, but not getting the right players to match it is like buying a blunt but having no weed to put in it.
It's right. But unfortunately, the way football's going and the astronomical money that footballers are on these days, you have to have a 60,000 seater stadium because they are earning stupid money. And the only way that we can get back to seeing smaller stadiums with teams winning is if we have wage caps, salary caps, agents not taking the piss with any what's his name? Mino Raiola saying that Erling Haaland is going to be earning 800k a week net in his next club. That's astronomical.
Insane.
It's astronomical. I mean, this needs to stop. It needs to stop. Otherwise,
and at the same time, players are threatening to protest or to go on strike because they say they're played too much. Like, you can't have it both ways. They want their cake and they want to eat it. You know, you can't do that. So stadiums do need to be bigger. Stadiums need to, like I've always said, the stadium was a necessary expense if we didn't do it. Daniel Levy, for me, was a genius at timing the stadium when he did. I know that we all had to pull back our expectations a little bit over the last 2-3 years. It could have been better, but ultimately the stadium now is in a place for us to write the debt off through inflation over the next 5-10 years. And now we've got the added bonus of the additional revenue. Now we can compete. Yeah. You watch Tottenham over the next 5 years. There's no club that's going to grow as much as us from an organic financial stability. And
and with that, at the time we built the stadium, it means that Chelsea can now not build their stadium because the physical. They are now. Not only was it incredibly difficult to build a stadium where their stadium is already, build it, that just bricks and mortar itself has gone up by like 300%. I think it is. I think it's something on those like. So
if Chelsea wanted to rebuild their stadium now,
it'd be 3 billion. It wouldn't be 1 billion.
It'd be 2.5-3 billion. They can't do it. That's why Roman Abramovich, where money doesn't matter, has turned around and said money matters suddenly. Yeah. You know, so Chelsea are now screwed. Tottenham did it just before this new inflationary. I promise you, anyone that thinks differently, I get why you think the way you think, but just have a little bit of patience. Everything's going to be fantastic for Tottenham financially, and we can then kick on. And that's why I think this January is going to be different. If I'm wrong, if it all turns out I'm wrong about that, I'll hold my hands up on February the 1st. But
you don't end up with billions if you're prepared to throw away billions in the first place. That's not how it works, is it? So a little bit of patience. Definitely agree with that. We'll just see how things go for us. I'm going to have to get a few of these comments out of the way because we got masses now. I love all the comments coming in. Brilliant. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Mark's cousin saying pissed, so it's going to be Dermot. That was our little visitor earlier. Yeah, I'll agree. It's definitely Dermot because I can tell he's put in private chat, sorry. And I know it's going that immediately then. He starts with a sorry and ends with a sorry every time. Captain Jess, I just died. Yeah, I know what you mean. True Set 3, Phil the Legend. No, we think it was Dermot, actually. Derek Hutchinson, Sean Butler for chairman. Yeah, I'd vote you in.
I'll vote in.
Yeah, go for that. Dermot's replying with a lot of
cats. He's suddenly become Gaguma and just posted loads of cats.
Why does that look more like a fox to me? I don't know.
Someone's pouting. Whatever it is, it's pouting.
Whatever it is, yeah. Some of them. Craig Bowler, I think Trippier played under Eddie Howe at Burnley. He could go to Newcastle.
No, he didn't play under Eddie Howe, I think. He played under Sean Dyche the entire way. At least I think.
There we go. You seem pretty sure of that, so I'll take your word for that. Truth Sets 3, Sean Butler for chairman, start petition. I agree. Let's do it. Kim, lovely of you to join us. Sorry, we're so far behind on the comments. Kim. I didn't even know you're there.
Yeah.
She's probably gone by now. I'm not getting read out, so she's unsubscribed and gone.
Yeah.
Don't say, Kim.
Too many comments.
I'm a big admirer of St. Maxi, yeah. Well,
yeah,
I think all of us are here, I think. Kimby, royalty, big up.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Wayne Bonner, Dermot's hit the Evian firewater again. Yeah, the Native Americans swore by it. if St Maximum is so good, then why don't Newcastle score many goals? Because they've only got one player. That's why. You look at some of their other forwards.
Yeah.
The words scoring and brothel were coming to mind. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Even the old Bournemouth player, was it the one we were interested in for a while? God, it's gone now. What's his name? He's always injured. They signed him from Bournemouth.
Oh, Wilson.
Yeah, that's him. He's injured all the time anyway, so he's not scoring goals
Callum
either.
Wilson, that's the one.
They've got a terrible team. That's why they're down near the bottom.
They're mercenaries.
Yeah. Kim saying, hi, hey, Truthy. And Mark Cousins, just subscribe, Sean. Do you wear an Enoch out shirt on there?
He will if he throws Sean under the bus by not spending. Sean's going to be the first one down his house.
Hey, I am. If I'm honest, if I'm anything, if the rules change, I've already made like a 3 strikes and you're out thing for Daniel Levy, and if he disobeys my 3 strikes and you're out thing, then I will 100%. There's a spectrum of people that on the Enoch Levy in out thing. On the far right, you have Levy in. He's the guy. Daniel Levy's the furthest right on the Levy in thing. On the furthest left, it's Enoch out. Is either Dermot or Brian Daigle, and then everybody else is somewhere on that spectrum. I'm somewhere like a 7 out of 10. I'm kind of centre right, but if he does one or all of any of those 3 things, I'll quite happily.
It's gonna shift. It's just gonna.
So just to clarify, Sean is saying the whole lot of us are on the bloody spectrum.
We're all on the spectrum. We are all on the spectrum. Somewhere on the spectrum, right? I know that I'm probably further right than everyone on this panel and most people in the chat. But the 3 things, for what it's worth, are if he reneges on promises made to Conte, or if he disappoints in January, that's a big chunk of me going down that way. The other 2 things we won't see for a little while, but one of those things is if he starts paying himself dividends before he reinvests in the club, or until the money's spent in the club. That's a massive no-no for me. And the other thing is if he takes any profitability and starts to reinvest in external property assets. We've got enough of that crap. Right? We don't need any more. Right? From now on, the profitability of Tottenham Hotspur, wherever it's coming from, NFL, merchandise, whatever, it has to be put into the club. And until now, it has to a degree, but it hasn't been enough to satisfy most. I acknowledge and respect all those opinions. And so the 3 strikes and you're out all for me are don't spend in January or renege on promises made to Conte, which I think is clear for all. 2 is if he pays himself dividends before he pays for players. And 3 is if he takes profits and invests in more third-party things to turn us even further into a property company than a football club. Any of those 3 things happen, I will happily hold my hands up and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. And I'm well down this spectrum. But as of right now, I'm still sat here quite happily as a 7 out of 10 Daniel Levy admirer, if that makes sense.
I'm very much a fence sitter.
Yeah, I'm very much a sort of 3 out of 10 Levy admirer.
I get it. It's fine. I understand. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. It works out at the right average, so that means Ben's right and we're wrong, mate.
Always be in the middle.
Oh, hang on. Truth Set 3 spot on. President Kaufman 2024. Always with the 24s, isn't it? Kim B saying, remember, lovely people, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the YouTube things, unless you've done so already. Thank you, Kim.
And the Twitter things. And the Twitter things. Don't forget the Twitter things. These guys are now doing Twitter as well.
Yeah.
Make sure you get on Twitter as well.
And you better do it, otherwise Kim's coming round and she'll you get walloped, mate.
We know what's going to happen.
Truth Set 3, Derek, you make a solid point. That was the St Maximum is so good. Why don't Newcastle score many goals?
Because they've got shit strikers.
Like shit team, one good player.
Yeah.
Truth Set 3, St Maximum is awesome though. I think he would thrive at Man City. Maybe not.
He would thrive at Tottenham. That's where he'd thrive. Let's let him thrive with us.
Craig Bowler saying Swiss Ramble Twitter has a great thread breaking down Juve's accounts going over the last 5 years. I did leave quotes from the threads in the comments under the last video, but it was deleted. Oh yeah, I think
you can't put links in comments. It gets removed.
It gets removed.
That's not our doing. It just automatically
happens.
happens.
Automatically.
Yeah.
But Swiss Ramble, Craig, to your point, Swiss Ramble is a valuable source of financial insight. I've actually like, for what it's worth, sorry to jump in here, but I've actually kind of like fact checked some of the stuff that he said, and he's not far wrong, but he has been wrong on a couple of things that he's pointed out. So don't trust him 100%.
Yeah, grain of salt on anyone.
Yeah,
unless they come from the horse's mouth and they come from government sources. Like, this is the official Tottenham Hotspur PLC profit and loss account this year to this year, and then it's gospel. It's officially sent to the government, VAT forms, all that nonsense. That's the forms you trust, not
someone else's Twitter account.
Yeah,
he is good. He's good, but he's been wrong, and I've seen it. So yeah, just pointing it out there.
Swiss Ramble isn't a dessert then.
No.
Okay. We've cleared that up. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That sounds tasty.
True set 3. Being a striker is a brutal job at top level. You have to rely so much on others for your performance. Those strikers are mentally ruthless. Yeah, I'd agree with that. You've got to have a very, very focused mindset to play as an attacker. Defender, you're going to see lots of the ball. Midfielder, you see lots of the ball. Striker, you might not see it for a long time, and you've got to be right on your game there. Goalkeeper as well. Very good concentration levels, because you don't know when you're going to be called upon. Right. True such that you said the good ones. Yeah, definitely. I'd agree with that. Chelsea don't fill Stamford Bridge. They don't need a new stadium. Yeah.
Disagree. They would fill that stadium. They would fill a 60,000-seater stadium. Another problem about Chelsea is the fans own the football pitch. So Roman Abramovich owns the bricks and mortar of the stadium, but the actual pitch itself is still owned by the Chelsea Pitch Association's club. So that's another reason. Yeah, it's still owned by the fact. So the pitch is still. So the club actually have to go get the permission from the fans for the team to play on the pitch, which is another problem.
It's a great factoid. That is a fantastic factoid.
I know this from Rory Jennings. Rory Jennings talks about this a lot. So it's coming from the horse's mouth.
I've heard the rumor before as well, though, that Chelsea's regularly there's lots of empty seats. Maybe there's another reason for it. It might be something entirely different. Anyway, you'd think they'd get filled out because, I mean, they're winning things. It tends to happen that way, doesn't it? Truth set 3. Strikers have to be patients of Mother Teresa. Look at Ryan Brewster, 24. The 24 again. There we go.
Yeah.
The pressure to score at Sheffield built, and he couldn't do it. Yeah, it doesn't always work out for players, does it? Alexander, bloody Burnley, Ben smiling there. Wilson, Wilson, definitely. That was the Newcastle striker. It's all right. I hope Brighton beat Chelsea. So do we all. Anybody to beat Chelsea, unless it's just anybody, even Arsenal. They'll just hate Chelsea that much. Greg Bowler, Trippier did play under Eddie Howe at Burnley. Just checked.
That's good to know.
Well, there we go. So that's it. I don't trust things you say anymore, Ben.
Well, Craig.
I know more about Juventus than I do about Burnley. That's for certain.
NITK.
I can imagine Craig sitting there going, listening, putting it out there, going, la, 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 and then Ben going, no, that's not true. It was under Eddie Howe, and Craig Bowers going, I'm not sure if that's true.
Craig's got his little score, the tally on the wall. Yeah, that's another one for Craig.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Fair play, Craig. Fair play.
Kimby, I saw someone called Brian, anti-Semitic for his stance on Levy a little while back.
I mean,
someone called Brian.
Brian Dacre.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
couldn't make it up.
You can't make it up, can you?
I will. I'm on to Gary Neville though. When it comes to we were talking about this the other day with the Super League, and we were talking about this in the WhatsApp chat, and people were like, Gary Neville was going all out on Daniel Levy. I don't know if it's because he hates him, because Alex Ferguson hated Daniel Levy because of his dealings with him, and he screwed Man United on many occasions. But it is getting to the point where I'm thinking, why are you going after Daniel Levy and not John R. Henry and the Glazers? Well, the Glazers are also Jewish guys. So why is he purposefully going after the most overtly Jewish guy of the big six owners? I know it's clutching at straws, but it's like it's getting a bit like he's.
I don't know if it's anti-Semitic though, mate. It might just be because there's a difference between being anti-Semitic and then just disliking someone who's.
No, but it's like with Levy, it's like he's using the words like greedy and hateful, like the typical Jewish the typical tropes that he's greedy, that he's.
There's a lot of people that are greedy that aren't Jewish. But every race, creed, or color. There's good, bad people. There's greedy people. There's generous people. So I feel like Gary Neville doesn't like Daniel Levy.
I do feel like he hates him because Ferguson hated him. So that's what I'm putting two and two.
Yeah,
together.
that could well be.
I'm not sure.
Plus, of course, he's been around in the Premiership a long time now. Levy's a instantly recognisable figure amongst all the other fans. So, it could be that partly that as well.
I hope it's not because of his religion. No, that would be horrible. But
I'd be really surprised if it was. But I can see why it might start sounding that way when you constantly hear the same things being said.
It's always Daniel Levy. It's when it's always him. It's when I start thinking.
I take your point. Hope not though. I hope you're wrong. Respectfully.
I suppose people tend to sort of bundle together sort of that sort of business practice of Levy's and then think, oh, well, that's just bundled onto the fact that he's Jewish. That's why he does it. But there
was an argument on Irish Hotspur's channel a couple of weeks back that I was on. I won't mention the guy's name, but he's quite a regular, I see him on a few different channels. I don't think he particularly likes me from the comments that I've seen whenever I've commented. I feel like the feedback he gives to me isn't particularly whatever. I'm happy to be hated as much as I am liked, but he reacted badly to a somewhat. It was like an innocuous comment about being on Joe Lewis's roof at Christmas.
Sorry, just 1 second. Can we clarify what the squeaky noises from your dog?
That's my dog. It's my dog. Sorry.
Does Ben need to nip off for a minute? Or
no, yeah.
she's got a chicken. She's got a chicken that squeaks, so she's eating a chicken. I do apologise.
Funny.
You know what? It's thank you for interrupting me, mate, because I was about to go off on a weird tangent that might have been silly. So let's just move on.
Right, fair enough. Yeah.
No, I'd like to hear the rest of the. I mean, because we shouldn't be picking like. I mean, I'm surprised I haven't been giving it on the Irish Hotspur that I'm one of Levy's cronies because I have a beard and I always wear a hat for obvious reasons.
No, it was the opposite. There was a joke someone put into one of the chats
that you're a fiddler on his roof.
No, it was someone said,
you're on his payroll, basically.
No, it wasn't about me. That someone made a comment saying we were talking about whether or not Joe Lewis and Daniel Levy are going to spend in January or something, and someone made some comment that said Santa won't land on Joe Lewis's roof because he has parking meters on the top, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything at all to do with any anti-Semitism. It was nothing like that. It was just a joke, and everyone laughed at it. And then one of the guys in the comments took offense to it and presumed it was anti-Semitic, and it wasn't. Like I forget who it was who said it, and I forget who it was who responded.
I can see why it can be constrained. Like I can see why.
Yeah, I know. But it was just one of those things where people conflate certain scenarios, and it just got out of hand. So. Like I said, let's
when you feel you're under attack constantly, then sometimes an innocent thing.
Totally get it. Yeah. 100%.
I got that as well. It was unfortunate, but I think I think in the cold light of day, everybody realised it wasn't.
Yeah, it was a mistake. Everyone ended up being friends again. But anyway.
Oh, it's swiftly on then.
Yeah.
Or not swiftly on, as I should say, because we're not getting through the comments; they're getting more and more. Craig Bowler, what other property assets do the club own? The most recent accounts showed land around the stadium was sold to a property development company at market value.
Owned by Enoch. It's sold to another company owned by Enoch.
Some of it, not all of it.
All the stuff around the stadium, I think, is still owned by the ENIC conglomerate, and they're going to use it to build the hotels and the NFL fan zones, which is something we need to do. Especially, Tottenham Hotspur Football Club needs to personally. I'm back to shot. Personally, needs to buy every listed building in Tottenham to keep Tottenham being Tottenham. We cannot let any more of those listed buildings get knocked down.
How about this for a theory? Daniel Levy's planning to live up to what we always say: North London is ours. It will literally be ours, all of it.
Well, no, it's so Tottenham also obviously bought and constructed, I think it was 500 apartments, and they sold 300 off plan that have now been and gone. They still own 200 that are part of a property management company, which I think they have distributed the property management company that rent those properties out to another ENIC brand. So to your point, Craig, in the comment, the accounts show that the land was sold to a property development company. To your point, Ben, the property development company is still owned by ENIC or by what's the name of the company that
Tavistock.
Tavistock. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, mate. But we still own a shit ton of property around there for hotel development, for property land, for rentals. That's the point I'm trying to make, right? So one of those three strikes on your out rule is there's a lot of money that's still available because you can get money basically for a company that size. You can basically get money for free. You can borrow 500 million pound at 0.25% or 0.5% interest rate over a 25-year period, the sort of mortgage that we would all love to get, but we can't get because we don't have those sorts of assets or don't have those sorts of leverage or relationships. But then when you have inflation that's at 5-6%, you're essentially getting a 4.5% reduction, but you're basically paying 95.5 pence in the pound for a loan. And then when you build that property, even though the construction prices are going up, if you can get in now, you're also making 100% on your money when you sell the property, right? So this is where Daniel Levy as a property owner is insanely intelligent. And as a businessman, I can understand why he would think, well, it makes sense for us to think about investing that way rather than that way, because there's no guarantee if I go and spend 100 million on Vlahovic that the goals that he's going to give us is going to get us into the Champions League. And even if that did happen, the additional money isn't going to make up to the same amount of money that we could get from buying property and building flats and selling them at twice the price in 2 years' time. So I understand where he's coming from. I understand the economics would make sense for anyone who's just thinking about money to go, fuck Vlahovic. I'd rather go and buy cement. I'd rather go and buy bricks. I'd rather go and build 1-bedroom apartments. Go outside, you annoying little shit. Sorry. But if he does that, he has to recognize that this is a football club. If he wants to be a property owner, go and be a property owner. But if so, that's where I'm coming from. And I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to put my dog outside now.
But it's also it's a plan. It's a political plan as well in terms of the local council are making it incredibly difficult for Tottenham to do anything. As soon as Tottenham pitch a thing, the local council go out of their way to make it difficult for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. So that the club are probably seeing it as we want to make Tottenham basically the brand new Shoreditch, because that area is Tottenham Hale is already becoming the next Shoreditch. It's in the path of progress as new development set up by the previous London government and all that nonsense, which is it's well versed. If they can make Tottenham the brand new Shoreditch, which is very possible because Shoreditch is now moving out. Shoreditch is now so expensive that people are moving out, especially to the North London area. North London is going to boom. South London's going to boom, and we need to own those bricks and mortar. So when it does boom, we can build Shoreditch, a brand new Shoreditch or a brand new Tottenham around the football club, and have it be a physical asset for the football club.
Tottenham hasn't been gentrified the same way that Clapham was, Brixton was, other places.
That's coming now.
Yeah.
Stockwell. Stockwell is exactly. Now, even that Stockwell is going like that now.
Yeah, 100%. But this is back to like Dermot's point and Cooper's point initially, and your point as well, Ben. Back when I first started meeting you guys, that's not what Tottenham Hotspur's job to do that. Yeah, and so that's what I mean. Like I'm happy that we've got a guy who's in charge, who's making smart decisions, but his smart decisions at some point have to be away from football decisions, right? And so, like I say, I'm still here on this side of the spectrum, but
it's
if he's looking at the property around the ground and saying, well, this is a gentrification opportunity and we're a property club, really, then if he makes those decisions, if he buys more property, if he does that stuff with the profitability of the stadium, then I'm going to be straight down the kind of platform to where you guys already are. I understand there's an opportunity there, but he is a football club owner, and it's now time to focus on that.
Yeah. I have to agree with that. Gonna have to get through a few more comments.
Yeah.
Here's a straight beautiful riposte to all of that.
Yeah.
Just straight blunt Enoch out from Graham. No messing about there.
Come on, Graham.
That's just refusing to even have a.
Come on, Graham. Be fair, mate. Give us a month. Give us a month to see if we'll change your mind. Okay, buddy. February 1st, we'll have the reconsideration on that.
If Mark Cousins saying if Conte walks, I'm ordering an Enoch out shirt from Will Stewart's channel.
That's the nail. That's the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Scott M proudly and confidently a 0 out of 10 when it comes to Levy. If I understand Sean's spectrum scale, yeah, there you go.
It's okay. You're not the only person down there, Scott. There's a few other people that I know and love that are down there as well, so it's okay, mate.
Kim saying true, Coover, that I said I should go and sort them out if they're not liking and subscribing. So yeah, and sharing, of course. Kim B, I'll start adding or else to my subscribe messages. Should we do that at the bottom of the screen? Yeah,
that's awesome.
See how that goes.
Aggressive
taken down for threatening behaviour.
Super aggressive growth of a YouTube channel.
Yeah. Aggressive growth. Yes, I like it. Craig Bowler. Yeah, I wasn't leaving links in the comments, just quoting tweets, but it somehow triggered the algorithms. Yeah, I think that's what happened. We certainly don't take anything down unless it's obviously offensive, racist or anything like that. Scott M, I like my Swiss Ramble with a dollop of vanilla or ice cream on top. Yeah,
sounds tasty.
It sounds right, doesn't it? Yeah.
It also sounds like we've missed about 30 minutes of comments because that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Yes, this was,
I'm going to shut up for 10 minutes and let you get on with it.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's exactly what we wanted. I mean, it's better than sitting there going, what are we talking about? Judging by viewers, we seem to have a few people watching anyway. So let's I'll happily keep that going. Kimby, I didn't know that Ben are the Chelsea pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wealth of information, these two. In fact, I might just go off for the night, leave them on, see what happens by morning. Kimby, unbelievably, they called Brian that. Yeah. He was called anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic thing, yeah. Wow.
But it's just shocking. Just the sheer.
Someone's going to call me anti-Semitic eventually. It's going to be funny because I'm going to give them the entire history of the Kaufman family. They're going to love to learn about it.
Just imagine it's on a morning when you're in your coffee shop and you got all the rabbis in.
Yeah, I'll bring Rabbi Yankee on. He can have a chat about it.
So all I've got to do, Ben, is drag you a little bit further to the Leanic in. Oh no, wait, to the leading. Oh, sorry, no, I've got to push you back away to Leanic out. That's right. Sorry. Yeah.
The Leanic, you got to push me over to the Levy in, and then someone's going to say you're just sorting out. You're just helping your own kind.
Do you know what? That would actually make quite a good stream. I'm not sure if it's a Tottenham really related, or certainly a football related one. But having a rabbi on to talk about the Jewish community in North London and.
That's what, when I next have a meeting with Rabbi Yankee, I'm gonna I'm gonna have a chat about him about trying to get the powers that be to start talking with Tottenham about bringing kosher back into Tottenham because it's now, for me, it's essential now.
You should start one of those change.org petitions.
Yeah, mate. Possibly, but it'd be good if the community.
I'm not Jewish, but I'd sign it, man. I think it's weird that they don't have it. It's crazy to me. Do it. Yeah.
There's definitely an idea.
Yeah. There's a lot of conversations that need to be had about some delicate subjects and things, isn't there? I mean, we've got the whole Y word thing. We got there's the mental health issues going around. There's kosher food not being available in the ground. Well, I'm assuming it's the same with halal.
I bet there is halal food at Tottenham.
That'll be the weird thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The Jewish club providing
fully inclusive, apart from the thing that kind of built the club.
Yeah.
It really would. It's so messed up. No, never mind. True Sets Free saying you guys are so much better than me. No, we're not. I'm still fuming about yesterday's game. Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like it was totally stolen. So do I.
Yeah.
What a joke. Then we blame players for a 3-1 victory on 2 days rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way it works though. You have to get over it quickly in this being a Spurs fan at Christmas.
It is what it is. Like we said yesterday, it is what it was. Just get on with it. Shame, but
Kim B saying I was wondering what the hell that noise was. I was convinced it was Ben needing to nip off. A few coffees too many and
Bugsy Malone.
Yeah, squeaky toys for the win. Yeah, Alexander, have you given the dog the Winx squeaky toy? Yes, that'll be it. She's got
a chicken. Yeah, it's a chicken. So
yeah, legendary dog. Sorry, I forgot the dog's name again.
Bugsy Malone.
Bugsy Malone. That was it.
That's
I was thinking it was a film title, and I thought it's not Jaws.
Yeah.
Not yet. We'll see what happens.
Bugsy Malone's classic film. I really enjoyed it.
Great film.
Derek Hutchinson, Levy is a good businessman, but should keep his beak out of the football side of things. I think that's what we all agree on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Levy land, yeah.
Yep.
Craig Bowler, it's owned by Enoch, but what does that have to do with the football club if they sold it at market?
They sold it to themselves.
Yeah,
at market value. Because they don't. If they sell it for lower than the actual price, they devalue the property long term.
Yeah. We'll see, Craig. Just let's listen, mate. Me, Craig, come onto my channel if you want to. We'll talk about finances till we're long in the tooth. We can go through all the nuts and bolts, but it's boring like that kind of conversation.
Yeah,
we've super boring.
Done it. We've done it a lot tonight.
Has a cap on it, doesn't it? Just, True Sets Free, dogs and cats are the greatest. Mic drop. Thank you, Gold. Yeah, love dogs and cats too.
Yeah.
How can you not? Kimby, didn't we buy a load of land?
Yeah, we bought the golf courses.
We bought what?
We bought all the golf courses for Gareth Bale.
That'll interest Truth Sets Free then.
Yep.
Kim saying, agree, Truthy, prefer animals to humans on the whole. Yeah. Ricky Gervais does as well.
Yep.
Just better humans than humans. Craig Bowler, Kim, the golf course is a 25-year lease to build a women's academy. It's only a down placement of 500k for the first 6 years and 75k a year after that.
Craig knows his bloody stuff about the finance.
Seems a reasonable investment, that, doesn't it? Because the women's game's really picking up. So,
and it'd be brilliant for us. I really want us to push the women's game.
They've improved a lot with a bit of a reshake at the beginning of the season.
A proper coach, and instead of the two coaches they've had there for donkey's years, the players got too comfortable under them. We put a proper coach in Rehan Skinner on top of them, and they're playing well.
Competition again, isn't it?
In 10 years' time, the women's game is going to be huge. So it's really important that Tottenham get going on that. Hey, just before we move on, Craig, if you are still watching and listening, can you please go to my channel and just send me a message with your contact details? Because it sounds like you're just as much into the financial side as I am. And so I'd love to get you onto a channel that's going to be about that stuff in more detail. So I hope that's okay, Cooper, me asking that. But Craig,
no, absolutely.
Please send me some information on my channel where I can contact you personally so we can organise to go through this stuff, because it is fascinating. It's something I'm very interested in, but maybe it's more specific, more niche. So, but appreciate you, mate.
From my point of view, listening to you and Craig talking about the financial side of the game on your channel, I'd nip over there. It'll be like the king sneaking into the enemy camp that night to hear what's going.
No, but to me, it's fascinating. It's probably not going to be fascinating to the vast majority, but there'll be a lot of people that will want to understand it, and I think Craig does clearly. So, come on over, Craig.
No, it is good. It's great to have your eyes opened on it a few times on things you're ignorant on, and I certainly don't pay enough attention to the finances. because, like you said, I usually find it boring. But when somebody really knows what they're talking about and talks in a good way, like yourself, Sean, you put your points across well. I can listen to it.
Thank you.
A lot of other people, it's very monotone, and this is the fact, so I can't listen to that for long. Here we go. Chris Agomba. When Levy and Enoch was looking to build a stadium after the riots, they decided to stay in Tottenham to help the community in the area. All these developments does not help the community. It's yeah, I suppose you could say there's the short-term benefits of job creation and things like that.
Job creation and improving quality of life in the area and cleaner streets and nicer things to look at. And
yeah, Chris, if Tottenham decided to move out of Tottenham, if Tottenham Hotspur decided to move to Milton Keynes or Wembley or anything else like that, I guarantee you Tottenham High Road would
die.
It would die, right? Yeah. And there's not a lot of other reasons for people to be there. And so, respectfully, whilst they might be doing it for their own ends, the fact that they're doing it there, it brings a lot to that community. The chip shops, the bars, the pubs, the restaurants, they won't survive if Tottenham go into lockdown again. The High Road would struggle more than you would imagine. 80%
of the businesses would fail.
Yeah. So it's a necessary.
Yeah,
it might not be perfect, mate, but it's necessary.
Yes, it's not like we're a sort of tiny non-league club, is it? It's a huge multinational, literally billion pound industry we've got there in the heart of Tottenham. So it's I kind of know where Chris is coming from as well. Because,
yeah, I get it. I get where he's coming from.
Yeah. But you have to look at the bigger picture, and we're all guilty of not doing that sometimes.
Yeah.
So anyway, big up, Chris. Good comment. Anyway,
big up, Chris.
Craig Bowler said payment. That was related to the previous one. I was talking about the payment. Yeah, okay. Cheers, Craig. Yeah, cheers, Craig. Definitely.
Yeah.
Craig's good stuff, Craig from Truth Sets 3. Yeah, definitely. When people make a valid point, they got
really interesting, mate. Get in touch with me, Craig. I would love to discuss it further with you.
Craig saying, I like the plans. They want to make it look like Wembley leading up to the stadium from the train station. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. I understand the gentrification argument, but developing the area is still a positive.
Yeah, it is. It's always better. Making the area nicer.
Yep, agreed. No argument there.
True Sets 3, learning a lot. Love it. Oh, good. Yeah. It's not just silliness. Occasionally we put on something worth watching.
Yeah.
Well, not me, obviously.
Yeah.
But these Kuba, you're fantastic. What are you talking, Kuba?
Yeah, you're
amazing, Kuba. You're amazing, mate.
This is like question time and having a couple of like businessmen and politicians above me, and I'm basically sooty. That squeaky noise. Noise was perfect.
Well, you're David Dimbleby. You're David Dimbleby, and you've got a bit up.
No, forget it. I can't be sooty anyway. I'm definitely sweep. That's written all over me.
The content over the last 45 minutes happens to have gone a certain way.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know so much more about Tottenham's history and things that I have got a fucking clue about. So, like, you're certainly more than a moderator.
Yeah.
You're certainly more than sooty.
Yeah.
You're awesome, bro.
I'll ruin my dreams. Everything else is going wrong, and now you take that.
No, you're
get out of here.
You're different.
Graham saying, "Been there for 21 years. What will change?"
What on? Again, I mean, I think. Should we? Let's go through the comments, but should we push past the financial side?
Bit,
if you can.
Yeah, Kim, remember, lovely people, we've done that one before. Have I gone wrong somewhere here? Or just Kim? No. Oh, no, she's amended it. Yes. Remember, lovely people, comment, subscribe, share, do all the YouTube things, unless you've done so already, or else.
Yeah.
That's the bit. That's the, You get it done, please. Please. Got to have a bit of begging as well. Irish Hotspur. Is that David? It's going to be
Yeah,
David.
I brought that back up. Shouldn't have done it,
Yeah.
Dave. Do apologise, mate. I came up in conversation. Absolutely. My point was bringing it up. It absolutely wasn't anything to do with that at all. I was on the show at the time.
Yeah.
There is nothing like that in the community on this channel or any other channels. It's let's move on.
But
it was just unfortunate, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was unfortunate.
I shouldn't have even remembered it, to be honest.
But in a way, it's going back for the last 5 years. A leader of a major political party has come out and said that people that have lived here for their entire lives have no sense of British irony. So you can see why British Jews themselves, we are under red alert every single day. Like, even if I look at my school, the school I went to, the amount of security outside my school has tripled in the last 5 years. And it's like the community, that even we are on red alert at the moment. So you are definitely not, no way were you meaning to be anti-Semitic, but I can see why people in the community are on red alert, and it's a really touchy subject at the moment. And and we're trying to push past it at the moment because it's a very difficult time for us.
Yeah, but it was not. Again, in the real world, 100% take your point, Ben. And let's please pray to God that the world just stops being divided and everyone can find the truth and be happy. There was nothing.
There's no easy end to it when we've got a media that likes to
push angry narratives,
don't they? Daily Mail, where everything's a lie anyway. Etc. They all do it. Kim saying, "Big up, David. Big up yourself."
Absolutely, big himself up. Proper lad, proper bloke.
I feel terrible even mentioning it. I was trying to make a point that it was irrelevant, but now sorry, it was irrelevant.
Kim saying, "Get a rabbi on." Yeah, it'll be an interesting morning's chat, that one, I think. But that might be an entirely different show. That's more get the old morning politics and religion with Ben and Tottenham Tantrum. That'd be we could go for that. I just like the visual idea that just seeing you serving a load of rabbis in your cafe. It'll just be.
I've done it.
Awesome. It'll be an awesome picture to have on the screen. That
it's a lot of fun.
yeah, I can imagine. Alexander saying, "Kim B, no, the dog hacked that account." Okay. Kim was saying, "We've got more rabbi than Sainsbury's." Alex is saying, "Hello to Alex. Treat sets free. I'm in, Ben. Let me know. My wife is Jewish. I'm Irish." Perfect for the channel.
Yeah.
Irish Hotspur, the legend. Yeah, he is. David and Jack Kanicki.
Brilliant.
Brilliant over in Irish Hotspur. If you haven't subscribed to them, get over there and like and subscribe on all their stuff. It's fantastic. That's where we got our inspiration. Treat at 3, Kim, we do too. Spot on. Mark Cousins, why did the Bell and Hare shut, if anybody knows?
Pubs are shutting every day, unfortunately. Pubs are dying. And we've really got to start supporting our local pubs because they are the heartbeat of the community. And I've seen that pubs need to start being a bit more like pubs now. Whenever you go into like a boozer, like there's no longer any quiet boozers where you can chat to people. It's always people staring at their phones. We've got to bring back that sense of great British debate and over a pint. And at the end of your debate, you shake your hands and say, "Good conversation, mate. It was lovely to meet you." We've in such a divisive that we can't have because everyone's in their own echo chambers at the moment. Pubs they're dying because you're not meeting people in pubs that you wouldn't know and having a chat with them. And we've got to bring that back because that's the best thing about Britain, in my opinion. Having a conversation with someone you might not agree with, but still having a great conversation.
And of course, there's the whole Witherspoons as well. Just closed, basically took away most of the competition as well.
Yeah, they did. Pound for a pint. It kills all the other pubs because they can't. They're not multi-billion-dollar companies.
Even in the likes of Dorchester, where I am, and it's a big tourist attraction, and people coming down the high street. All the pubs, the only reason they're open is because they provide food at lunchtimes. Wouldn't survive otherwise compared to Witherspoons. But oh well, that's just a sign of the times, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chris saying, we would have to be on best behaviour for the rabbi.
Yeah, we would.
I think they're probably a little bit more world-wise than you give them credit for. I think
and they'll probably be roasted us for doing some stupid
exactly.
things.
Yeah. Certainly the one I've only met one rabbi, and he was absolutely hilarious.
Rabbi Yankee's a great laugh. He's come up with some great things. He thought it was hilarious about my Christmas tree, because my family are known to be like, we don't have Christmas trees, we don't do Christmas, we don't do this. And I had a Christmas tree outside my shop just for the local community, just so people say, oh, that's a nice Christmas tree. And he looked at it, he's just like, he laughed his head off. And we haven't told him that the Kaufmans have bought 11,000 Christmas trees on a bit of land we recently bought. So we're like, the Kaufmans are buying a Jewish Christmas tree company.
That's the sort of statistics you usually see on the football conversion rates like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's an interesting one for him. Mark Cousins. Ben, come to Yeovil. My local is dead. Yeah, it's like that.
Pubs are dying, and it's really sad.
It is. Craig saying women, a team doing really, women A team is doing really well in only their third season, fully professional and sitting in a Champions League spot currently. The women's academy will be as good as the men's with their 8 match pitches.
And it's brilliant. We should absolutely, when it comes to the women's game, we should buy, what's her name? The American woman, what's her name? I can't remember her name. Who was the striker, number 13, the very beautiful one that was at the club for the American World Cup winner?
I know the one you mean. Yeah.
We should bring her back on a permanent and pay her proper money. And we should also buy Megan Rapinoe as well. I don't know if she'd come, but that would be brilliant for the Tottenham. As much as I don't agree with most of the things that come out of Megan Rapinoe's head, she would be brilliant for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Alex Morgan, that's the one.
I respectfully disagree with you, but you're welcome back because you're great for our brand. Thank you very much.
No, Alex Morgan was brilliant for Tottenham because she if she can inspire if she can inspire women to play football, it can only be brilliant. And someone like Megan Rapinoe could do that for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. And she could do that.
Alex Morgan managed to pique me in my interest in the female.
Yeah,
the females.
Same here.
Women's game. Yeah, she's a very, very beautiful lady.
Is she? Let me look her up.
Yeah, she's quite a stunner. Yeah, we've got through the comments. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Is there anything anybody wants to talk about that we haven't covered already?
Alex Morgan's good look.
The space project.
Alex Morgan is a smoke show, isn't she? Wow.
She certainly is. No, I think this looks like a good place to leave it for tonight then.
Well, hang on a minute.
We've been going a couple of hours. Well,
I've only just started going through Alex Morgan's clips. She's I'll do that. I'll go away for 10 minutes.
To be off air for that.
That's your homework for this evening.
Back in 5 minutes with a pot noodle.
I only need 2, to be honest. It's fine.
Yeah, but I was allowing for the pizza. Treat yourself, light some candles.
Yeah.
Take yourself out on a date. Very good.
Oh dear. Oh,
good times, guys.
Even chat. Google would turn me down.
Those 2 hours flew by.
No. Even Google says, sorry, not today. Not today, Cuba.
Of course, now we said we're going to knock it on the head. All the comments are flying in again.
Yeah.
Great show. Thanks. Thank you, mate. Bell and Hair is now called number 8. Don't know that one. No. What's that? Is it a shop called Number 8? I don't know. Kimby, she was ace. I was sad she only stayed a short while. Yeah, it's one of those.
Like physically buy her and pay her proper money, pay her proper males, and that will bring gravitas into the women's game because more women will come in. I'm not saying pay her Harry Kane money, but pay them.
How much? How much do they get paid? I'm not up to scratch. What do female players get paid around the world?
Not a lot.
No, it's very, very little, isn't it?
It's because it's only just really become super professional.
But it's all relative. Like if they bring in enough money, they'll get paid enough money. There's no sport in the world where females bring in a lot of money or as much money for the amount of time they spend. People talk about tennis as a good example.
Yeah.
Female tennis players play on average, even in Wimbledon.
Yeah.
They play on average like 28% of match time, the amount of time on court as the men. So I don't want to get into equality of pay conversation. That's a whole other debate.
I'm going to. They had this.
If the money's there,
yeah.
they'll get paid enough.
So what happened was the American Women's Football Association gave the women's national team two choices. They could either have a fixed salary per year, where you're always paid this amount of money. It's a lot less than your potential earning, but you're always going to be paid it. Or you're not paid at all, and you're given the money out of the
TV revenue and the advertising and stuff,
which they said no to, and now they've gone back on that decision.
Oh, okay.
They've gone back on that decision, and are like, oh, we should have signed the original deal, and the association is saying, well, why didn't you sign up to it in the first place? Now knowing how much money you were going to earn,
so they didn't have enough faith in their own abilities.
They took the safe option instead of going for high risk, high reward.
Look, I have no doubt at all that in 10 years' time, Tottenham Hotspur's female team may well be able to fill out the stadium.
I hope so, because I would go.
Yeah.
I would happily go. If they played the women's game and the men's game on the same day, game after game, because they can do that, play the men's game first, or play the women's game first, and then play the men's game at 3:00, I'm there.
100%.
I'm there. I'll watch both games. I'll cheer my ass off for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, and I will be there.
Then we could imagine the whole of Levy land in operation there. You could go from the men's game over to watch the women's game. Meanwhile, the pitch is being rolled back on the men's game. You go back to the NFL after.
Yeah.
You get your day ticket.
I'll do it.
Like
Tottenham Hotspur NFL team. I'll love to have a tour.
You do your tour, you get your food there, a bit wine and dining, amusement park and everything.
Yeah.
Build an ice hockey rink underneath as well. Why not?
The Tottenham Day Pass.
And then we'll have to apply for the sort of space rides, won't we?
I would love to have a Tottenham Hotspur NFL team. Women's football, male football, NFL game in the evening. I'll be there the entire day. I wouldn't have to do anything except for do Tottenham Tantrum Gold at 11:30 in the morning. Do that.
You see, Mr. Bezos, you've got to come in now and buy us up for billions. It's perfect.
That's the plan here. That is the outcome. That is the whole purpose of Tottenham Tantrum Gold is to eventually get Bezos to buy Levy out and then reinvest all of his money into making Tottenham the best team in the world. And this is how
we're now well into hour 2 of the wind up of this show.
Wow. We're done. I'm ready to go.
Well, we don't have to be. I mean, if there's conversation still going on, I'm happy to carry on if other people are.
I'm going on until my dinner's ready, and I don't know when that's ready.
I mean,
Craig Bowler saying we might have to get some women players in if we get a Champions League for next season. Alex Morgan is an absolute babe. Agree with both. Yeah.
Yep.
The women's game is really taking off. We're all seeing that, aren't we? That also coincides with Tottenham doing a lot better in the women's game. Suddenly it becomes more interesting. It's the Inter trophies again. If we can't win them with the men's team, let's all pile onto the women's game.
A win's a win for Tottenham Hotspur. If it's got the cock claw on the front of the shirt, I'm celebrating it.
Yeah. Bring back cockfighting as well. That's what we used to be good at.
Is Alex Morgan American, is she?
Yeah, she is.
Has she got like a nice American accent? Is it like a Southern American accent, or is it like a brogue, like a New York brogue, like coffee?
I can't remember. I think she's very Floridian. I think she's from Florida.
Could be.
She's currently at Orlando Pride. So,
well,
Chris saying, "Quick, spam the comments." Chris wants us to keep going by the sounds of it.
I know she's from California, so even better. She'll be a surfer.
Not gonna lie, California.
Night, lovely Spurs family. Wish you all the best. Night, mate, if you're going, or
good night.
We haven't gone yet, mate. We haven't gone yet.
Seems we're hanging on at the moment, doesn't it?
You stay until we go.
Yeah, you stay until we
hang
tell
on,
you,
bro.
Or else.
That's where Kim joins in. Kim joins in with the or else. Yeah, nice.
Should get Kim on. We're talking about the women's game now.
Yeah,
pop on if you want, Kim. You certainly
Listen, I've been hanging on for a toilet 5-second break for like 20 minutes. So I thought we were leaving. If we're gonna hang on, can I press?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Chill.
Yeah.
We'll carry on. Keep going. Well, it's up to it. Kim saying, "Wicked, sign me up." Oh, right. Okay. Let's chuck the link out there for you. Right. There you go, Kim. I've just done a WhatsApp to you.
But I've also put it in the chat. It's not a what's it called one, but you can always copy and paste it.
Oh, right, fair enough. That's all cool. It's all cool. Where we go? Right. Let's get through some more of these comments while we still can.
Marta gets 400k a year. Yeah, they're earning a lot more money, and they should be because they're really good.
Certainly wouldn't turn my nose up at that amount of money.
No.
Kim B, you're the best. Right, night. We've said. Oh no, he's still there.
Yeah, he's still here.
He's still there. The sniff of staying on longer. That's all you need with this channel. What are these people? There's people without homes. It seems it's like
everyone's here.
Get out
around the fire.
Yeah, I want another drink. Dermot will be on again soon. Right, Craig Bowler saying,
DAZN.
DAZN. I've already paid the Champions League rights for the next few seasons, so wages would have to be governed by that, and TV rights for the Women's Super League.
Yeah.
I don't know all the rules and regulations that are going on with it at the moment. I just know that it's getting very, very popular very quickly now.
As it should be.
Kim, Wicked, sign me up. Yeah, we'll see Kim soon with a bit of luck. Terry from West Ham is in the chat. Just kidding.
I really
what happened to Terry Dodd?
What's happened to him?
I'm really worried. I mean, West Ham are losing a lot now. He must be smashing up a lot of our neighbours' houses by now.
Yeah.
What's happened?
Terry Dodd is smashing up flats.
What?
It's a long-running joke. We had a character called Terry Dodd appear on Mari's Spurs Love Lounge one night. And he was saying he was a West Ham fan and we'd ruined his life after beating them in the cup. So he said he smashed up his flat and he's going to drop some acid and go and destroy random people's property. And it was just this sprawling, hilarious, long ripping into him. We couldn't work out if it was somebody taking the mick or if it was legit, but then it just got too silly after a while. And we realised it had to be somebody just messing about. But it was fun anyway. So Terry's always on our minds.
Big up, Terry.
Southern America for Truth Sets Free. I'm back, yeah. And
get in there, Truth. You ain't going nowhere until we're going somewhere, okay?
Sean is doing a wee. Sean is doing a wee.
I was a long way.
Catch on. We'll have that on the ground next. Definitely.
Sean is doing a wee.
You said it's over, but it's all right now. Western America, Alex Morgan, don't even know my own country. Oh, right, yeah, from where Alex Morgan's from, Western America. Cowgirl. Texas, maybe.
No, California.
Oh, really west, really far west.
So that's the Wild West.
Californian girls got a nice accent. As well.
Scott saying 400k, Kuva can't afford the pay cut from his TTG salary. Be lucky to get TTG celery out of this.
What's TTG? Oh,
Tottenham
Tantrum
Gold.
Tantrum Gold, yeah. I think the plan is we're looking to upgrade Dermot first, so he's got a camera that doesn't look like he's swimming underwater.
It's not the view; it's the noise that it makes. It sounds like it's...
Oh, that's in the works as well. He's getting a new microphone. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Although I kind of miss the whistling noise. It's like the cold, lonely nights in Stoke.
Yeah. It's like that kind of white noise that you put on when you can't sleep. You push a button and it's Dermot's microphone going.
That's this channel, really, isn't it? It's the white noise you put on because you can't sleep.
Then you listen to us and you go,
turn that down. I'm fine.
True. I'm sure we did this one earlier, didn't we? Marta gets 400 grand a year, highest paid women player for Brazil. Yeah, it's a lot of money, definitely. It's surprising Liverpool haven't invested in their own women's team. I don't think they're fully professional and aren't in the Women's Super League.
It will take 5 minutes to get Liverpool women in this.
You'd think so.
Everyone would want to play for Liverpool.
Of course they would. Of course they would.
Except for me, obviously.
Oh, if the money's right, I'll do it. If the money's right, I'll definitely do it. Right. So what are we on to? We've done women's football now. And there is the lovely Kim. Good evening, Kim. How are you?
Hi, boys.
Evening.
So there's been a dreadful mix-up. When I said sign me up, I'm in, whatever it is I said, I meant in relation to the Tottenham Day Pass.
Right.
Well, that's a shame because I had you down for signing up to a whole bunch of different things. I wasn't going for a wee. I was just filling in a few forms online on my other computer.
I know.
Yeah.
That's fine then. Off you go. Only joking. Sorry, Kim. It was a mix up. You should. Oh, we should just said. I could have just.
It's nice to meet
We
you.
should
Kim.
just start it out.
You got anything you'd like to talk about?
Not really. No, I haven't really got anything to say. So I'll see you later.
We'll wrap it up then.
Well, I'd like to say it's nice to meet you, Kim. I've heard a lot about you.
Yeah. Cheers, Shawnee. Appreciate it.
What do you make of the women's game taking off in Tottenham then?
I think it's wicked, yeah. I'd a bit like you, I'd watch Tottenham play all day long, whether it's the men's team, the women's team, the under 23s, whatever. So yeah, I think it's an entirely good thing.
Think we're going to win anything this season, the ladies?
No.
Do you actually follow the ladies?
We're Tottenham. I can't see it happening, but it's good. It's good what's happening with the women. There's a lot of progression happening in a short space of time, and I think, as was it you, Cooper, who said it earlier about the coach we've appointed. She's a bit of a no-nonsense lady, isn't she? And I think they've been cosy for too long, which is ironically kind of similar to what's been going on with their team pre-Conte. So.
Indeed. Truth Sets Free saying I trolled an Arsenal versus Tottenham women's game online and we tied with the Gooners. I remember you saying that actually. That's
it's a shame we didn't win that one. We deserve to win that one. Absolutely.
Truth Sets Free, Kim B royalty. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not worth it. First lady of Spurs YouTube. Definitely.
Thank you. I'm more a Republican, but thank you anyway.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Not to get politics into it, but why the hell are we paying for these people? It makes no sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me. Get rid of them. Get rid of them.
I'm totally a dictator. That's the way things go around here. I'm totally a dictator.
Complain all we like, but Ben's in charge.
That's fine.
Exactly.
That's fine.
At least the food would be fried and delicious.
And kosher.
Kosher, most important. Kim, any word on Bob?
So they did I update you? They'd moved him again. He's back to Harlow. They've moved him from, it's ridiculous. They're literally playing pass the parcel with him. He starts off in Harlow Hospital. They shift him over to Milton Keynes Hospital, and he ends up getting shifted back. Milton Keynes was fantastic, by the way. I was really annoyed that they moved him, but when he got there, the difference in quality was night and day. You get through to him whenever you phoned them up. You had a clarity of information forthcoming. It's a little bit more. I don't want to knock Harlow at all, because I am a big supporter of the NHS, but it's a bit more tricky there. And but yeah, so he's in Harlow. He's stable. There's not a lot of interesting stuff I can report on really. His oxygen requirements have gone down a little bit, which is good. So he isn't deteriorating. That's the main thing.
Yeah, good. Little improvements is just fine, as long as they keep going, isn't it?
I have actually slowed the trickle of information down a little bit. I had to have a word with Brian about it because Brian goes on all these streams and he gets like beset with people. Have you noticed him on the stream, one or two streams? And he gets beset by people asking about Bobby. And to be honest, there was a stage the other day where he was on one talking about the update, a positive update, and meanwhile the hospital would phone me up at the same time and I was getting a slightly backwards.
Oh,
He'd
wow.
taken a step backwards.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, hold on. We need to just slow this down a bit and just control the flow of information.
Right.
somewhat.
We'll sorry about that. We'll have to wait for you to when you got something to say it yourself. Yeah. Right.
Get it from the horse's mouth.
But I just,
Official contributions only here.
I'll take myself onto the.
he's put himself on the naughty step.
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
at all.
that is a thing with NHS hospitals, though. Some of them are a lot of that. So that's one of the reasons why I moved from the Royal Free in Hampstead to Adam Brooks in Cambridge, because they've got a bigger gastroenterology department, which is what I'm under. It's much easier to get hold of them.
I was at Cambridge today, actually, funny enough. So you may or may not know, but I've got MS, and every 6 weeks I have to go for I have to go for treatment every 6 weeks, and today was week 6.
Yeah.
It's like a repurposed chemotherapy drug, and it just suppresses the immune system, so it don't do the MS damage. And so I was there, and that's why I'm sort of in my my loungy clothes tonight, and wasn't going to do any streams.
I mean, that's why I've been in pajamas for the last 2.5 weeks, because I've been on very high dose anti-inflammatories for the last 3 weeks.
Bloody hell!
Try to calm it down.
It's talking to you guys that make me appreciate, things. I try and always keep things in perspective, because I've been wearing pajamas for 2.5 weeks because it's Christmas.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I wish both of you, and obviously Bob Spur as well. Like it's
been a good 6 months since I changed underwear.
Yeah.
I've got a little rash. I got a little rash in my groin. That's not.
I wasn't going to mention that.
I just haven't had a wash for a while. So
That's not a rash. That's bacon.
It's not rash. It's a rasher.
Yeah. Exactly.
Very good. Very good. Nice.
When does that become a frazzle? Are you going to fry it?
Oh no.
Oh, getting weird.
Oh dear. There's old crunchy Sean.
Sorry, I always take it to a low.
Craig Bowler saying, "Truth sets three. Yeah, we're the only team to take points off Arsenal so far this season in the Women's League. Yeah, that's true. Can't be bad.
We just need to beat them. The first step, I reckon, back on women's football, the first major step needs to be to have the women's team play every game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Because if they're moving from the Hive to here to the training ground, they need to have some sort of a home advantage. Yeah. They need to be out playing there every single week, and they need to be selling tickets for £5 a piece. Because not only does that bring in more revenue, being more eyes on the game would be better.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
I don't know if that's because the council have had a rule that you can only have a certain amount of games at a certain capacity per season. If that's true, then firstly it's ridiculous from the council's perspective, because they're just sabotaging themselves.
Yeah.
So they need to get women's football needs to take off now. They've got no excuse for it now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm seeing more and more of it on the TV, which is a good positive step.
Yeah.
And my family, my brother's a big watcher of it. He actually says he prefers the women's game to the men, because they don't fool around like Jess's so much.
Yeah,
which is true.
Emerson Royale, take note.
Speaking of Emerson, I couldn't believe he's the same age as Skippy, is it?
Yeah.
He looks like
looks
late
like
20s,
he's had a hard life, doesn't it?
Yeah.
True Set 3 saying,
talking about that. Hang on, wait. Oh, sorry.
Just do this quote quickly. Women are so dominant and great in the USA, and the men suck so bad because soccer is the 6th most important sport for boys growing up in the USA.
That's changing now. It's changing.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, he's saying it's number 1 for women. My wife was a great soccer player and played in college in the USA. Fair point.
Your wife sounds amazing, actually, Truthy.
Mark Cousin said, I watched Spurs women play the arse. I was live on Sky. On Sky.
So did I on a certain hub.
I've gone off on one now.
Yeah, please.
Can we show that on?
You
No,
triggered him.
It was live on Sky. We were 1-0 up and all over that. I'm still off track.
I'll send you some really good links
Go
later,
on,
Mark. I'll put that on the
I
chat.
love you, Bob Spur. Always thinking about him. Yeah, we all
100%.
are.
Hey, talking about Emerson looking older than Skippy, Kessie looks like he's about 65. Do you remember George Weah when he played for Milan?
Yes.
And there was like the rumor that he couldn't sign for an English club because no one was entirely sure what his actual date of birth was. And everyone thought he might be like, he's 27, but he also could be 47, and they weren't entirely sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
The African passport thing. When you look at Kessie, you can't tell me that he doesn't look a lot older. They're saying he's 25. He looks like the guy from Star Trek. You know the guy with the kind of like the kind of crumpled forehead. It looks a little bit
Worf.
He looks a little bit like he's about 70. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not entirely sure I trust that birth certificate. I hope that's not inappropriate to say that, but sorry if it is.
No,
Unless someone doesn't like Star Trek.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, well,
absolutely. Right, let's get a few of these out of the way. Craig Bowler, Mark Cousins. Yeah, they played really well. Chris saying Harlow is a more junior training hospital. Yeah, unfortunately so. But as Kim said, if Bob is on the upward train, that's all we can hope for, really. Yeah. Let's hope Bob can tell us himself soon. Damn right.
Tell us all to piss off.
Piss off to everyone. Would love that. Yeah, praying for Bob Spur again. And Mark Cousins, it's a good watch. Dermot, that will be. Hang on, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I think he was trying to ring me as well. I heard the phone going in the background. Didn't start off with sorry, though, so I wasn't sure if it was Dermot.
This will be the longest goodbye ever, Graham. You know that, don't you?
It will be, won't it? You can watch nearly all of the women's games. If they aren't on normal TV, they stream them on FA Player online. Yeah, that's fair enough. Craig Bowler, FA Player is free. You just need to sign up. Yeah, that's a good one to know as well. Right, caught up with the chat. Right, where are we going now? So, Kim, who's got you hot to trot in the Spurs team at the moment?
Hot to trot. Well, it's hard to see past young Skippy. I know we were talking about him just now, but that boy, I'm so pleased with his progress. He showed real interesting signs when he was at Norwich last season, and he's really delivering in the Premier League, isn't he? He's really stepped up. Doesn't look outplaced at all. I think Royal's getting it together quite a lot, isn't he? He seems to be. I was a bit unsure about him at first, but unfortunately, people write off players too quickly, don't we? I've heard quite a lot of people really slate him, but remember those days when we used to say, "Oh, he needs a season to bed in." Doesn't happen so much anymore, does it? No. You expect to just hit the ground running. Not
but he did. But he did hit the ground running, unlike some of the other ones.
Yeah.
Do you think Skippy's a shoe-in for the Watford game then?
I'd like to think so. I think we actually missed that kind of presence in midfield against Southampton.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. His all-round game's just going through the roof now, isn't it, under Conte?
Yeah. The thing that I'm really pleased at is that his introduction to the team comes at the same time as we've got one of the best managers around who's known for developing players and installing greatness in them. So, I think it's a win-win there.
And it looks like he's enjoying himself, doesn't it? So all good there. Ben, you got something to add to that?
I think Conte sees a lot of himself in Skippy, because that is the same sort of player, Conte, of not doing a lot, but making the players around him better players. And then when someone is out of line, he's going to smash him and then do that.
Do you think he gives him a bit of special instructions?
Senza mayonnaise is what he says.
Could well be. Sean, what's your opinion on Skippy this season?
I think I'm pretty agreeable on Skippy with most people, so I don't have too much more to add. I think he's been phenomenal. At the start of the season, I'm happy to hold my hands up when I'm wrong. At the start of the season, when he was just getting going, I was often found saying things like, I worry about his distribution when he gets the ball. and we're trying to break up a passing move of whoever the opponent was. Sometimes I saw him pass the ball to what looked like an easy pass for him, but he wasn't aware of the peripheral. And then a couple of times in the early games, I would see their players step in and cut the pass out. And I was pretty critical of Skippy's peripheral vision and his passing. But I was very, very positive about everything else that he did. Of late, I don't really find that there's too much that you can criticize, and I'm happy to withdraw the previous assertions. I think he's growing week in, week out. I think he's getting better and better. I think that he's happy to take the bull by the horns when whoever he's playing with. Obviously, he's played with with Højbjerg when there's two of them there, and Højbjerg's happy to sit back and he takes the ball, runs with it. He's doing all the things that we never thought it was even his job to do. So, I love the guy. I'm curious to see how it works out with him and Winksy. We haven't seen too much of that yet. I would expect a similar thing where he takes the ball and does what he does, and Winksy sits back like Højbjerg has the luxury to do. It's one of the problems that we saw yesterday. Sorry, I'm ranting now. Last thing I'll say is yesterday was Winksy and Højbjerg, and neither of them were taking the kind of the forward-ish role or responsibility. When Skippy's in the team, I think that decision is made naturally by this kid who's just growing in confidence day in, day out. So I love him. I'm happy to retract my previous concerns about him because he seems to have overcome it. And I think in 2 years' time, he'll be an England regular. I think in 5 years' time, he'll be an England captain at the way it's going.
Wow.
There we go. Mark Cousins agreeing with you. Ollie Skipp is one of our own. I think a future captain.
Definitely
Could well be. We don't really know how verbal he is with other players yet, do we? I think that's always a big role for a captain. You've got to be a good talker.
I think that'll come with experience. I do.
Yeah. Or he could be a captain that just leads by example. Yeah, that can often be a big thing as well.
He does look super confident, and he looks super happy as well, Kuba.
Yeah,
right? Like, one of the great things that we love when we see Sonny is whether Sonny scores or whether he misses, he's always smiling, right? Like, you can't smile without me. But Skippy looks the same. I noticed it against West Ham, when he slid in on that 8-minute mental spell when we went 1-0 up, conceded, then went 2-1 up, and then he had to get back and make that sliding challenge to defend against Souček. He got up, and that ball could have gone, like, if he was an inch earlier, it would have gone inside the post and he would have been guilty of an own goal. But he gets up every time and he's always smiling. And it's like, it's reminiscent of Sonny. It's great to see. It's wonderful to see. I wish more of the players would enjoy their football as much as those two do.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It puts me in mind of old Dawson, the way he used to.
Yeah.
So happy to be playing.
Love that, Kim.
Big smile on his face. Yeah.
100%.
So endearing.
Also remember a few times with Graham Roberts when he's just done something a bit naughty and it'd be looking fearsome at the opposition, and then you just catch him turn round and catch the gaze of one of his teammates and the little smirk across his face and wink at the player. I just thought, there was a touch of that with it. I was kind of hoping Skippy's going to be walking away from this bloodied heap of players he's just left crumpled on the floor. He's just going to wink and
I really hope he doesn't get injured. I really if he gets, like, we don't know, right? We don't know what his young body's capable of. We don't know whether he's going to get a nasty, God forbid he gets a nasty injury that then becomes like a regular occurrence, the sort of thing that you see from
DRB is a perfect example.
100%, yeah. Or even like Sessegnon for our team, who seems like he gets fit and gets injured again. Just God forbid nothing happens to his young career, because it's fledgling, and I think this guy could be a monster for the football game. He just looks. I think every other team is sleeping on him. Nobody who doesn't know Tottenham inside and out like we do. Nobody is ever gonna do a review like, if there's a Watford channel that's doing their thing tonight and they're reviewing Tottenham at home for them on Saturday. Nobody's going to say one to watch is Oliver Skipp. No one's thinking about that, right? And And that's a great thing for us, right? It's like it's one of those diamonds in the rough that no one else is talking about. But I do think in a couple of years' time, he's going to be a household name if he carries on the way he's going, because he's super exciting.
Here's one. Perhaps this is for you more than anybody, Kim. Do you see Phil Jones there with the skip? I'll certainly don't.
No.
I see what he's saying though. I can see it a little bit. Yeah, it's the smile, that smirk. It's like a little bit kind of.
That's what she thinks of it.
Maybe she's gone away for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, however long it takes.
Props, that's the comments. Right, okay. Well, Alex saying, hope he doesn't end up as Ali and overplayed. Yeah, that's a concern.
It's always a worry,
isn't it? Although did get rested against Southampton. Perhaps that was the problem. He got rested against Southampton. That's why we didn't win, maybe.
So is Alex Hilton saying that Dele Alli is underperforming now because he was overplayed too young? Is that the
no? The money went to his head. He doesn't have the drive, and he doesn't have the person guiding him to really be a top player. Like Sonny is guided every single day by his father. One of the things people keep on saying is Sonny won't get married until his football career is over. So
really?
That true, is it? Wow, interesting.
So that Sonny is like fully focused. He's got the guiding. He's got someone that guiding his career. That football comes first until the end of your career, and then you can do whatever the hell you want.
So, but Alexander Hilton is Alexander Hilton suggesting though that Dele Alli has been overplayed? Do you think?
He wasn't overplayed. Dele's just he thinks he's the greatest player in the world in his own mind, and it's got to him. Yeah,
such a shame what happened to Dele. Such a shame.
It happened with Ravel Morrison as well. A lot of these young English players, they get good too quickly, and then it all goes wrong for them.
Yeah, I mean, there was one we poached from Crystal Palace many years back called Jamie Bostock.
Yeah,
cracking young talent, and we just completely ruined him. It was too much too soon.
Simon Jordan always said he was the one that got away. And I was like, you said that at the time. Are you going to retract that now? Because you made a lot of money on Bostock, and Tottenham never saw anything from it, right? So, yeah,
he was so highly rated though, Bostock.
He was.
Yeah. We've had a few like that. Always used to be a case of us talking about we're the club that ruins players.
Yeah, that's right.
we certainly have over the years. Anyway, I don't know if Dermot's going to join us or not. He said he's on the way, but who knows? We've been going a long time now. I'll tell you that.
Probably should think about wrapping up at this rate. We've been on so long.
Yeah, we really have, haven't we?
Hang on a second, Kim. Who's in the background?
That's Kim's lovely mum.
Hello.
Hi, Kim's mum.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
All's good there. And
very attractive lady, Kim's mum. Very, very good looking lady.
Absolutely. That's where Kim gets her youthful looks from.
Super hot.
Go love. Kim's family's just spot on. Made for the camera, all of them.
Well, Dad's not. He's a terrible man.
He bloody is. He loves it.
He does.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all over it. All right, let's hit a few more of these comments while we're at it. Truth Set 3. I watched 7 minutes of Skibby training. Couldn't believe how fast he is. Electric pace all of the sudden. Yeah.
Someone else said that to me. So I think was it on Irish Hotspur yesterday? Someone
it might have been Truth as well.
Oh, was it Truth as well? Was it saying that he's as fast as Sonny? Is it the same? Is it Truth? Was you said that yesterday? Yeah. Okay.
Can see it. He's going to train hard, isn't he? He's that sort of character.
I mean, he's got a motor on him. He's got an engine on him.
I'd be surprised if he's as fast as Sonny though. Sonny's like top 4 or 5 in the league, surely.
Remember when they said Yunus Kabul was the fastest player in the squad? Yunus Kabul was apparently.
Yeah.
Yunus Kabul.
Apparently, Eric Dyer's very fast over 100 meters. Seriously.
Just not mentally.
A lot of the big lads, when they get up to full speed, they got a very big stride.
Yeah.
So, anyway, don't think we'll be comparing them. So, Skippy has a nutmeg in his locker, etc. I've seen it. He's just too much of a team guy to pull out crap like that out in a game. He has no ego. Yeah, seems to be the way. Perhaps it would be nice to see him get a bit of an ego.
Yeah.
You know, just a little bit of
nuts
I am
and
the
people.
big.
Not yet, though. Not yet.
I'd love to see him nut some people.
Yeah.
That's confidence. Don't want the ego means when he starts to think he's above his station. You don't want players with egos. You want players with confidence. There's a massive difference.
We don't need enough of boohoo model in our team, do we?
Walk the walk first before you talk the talk. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Correct.
Mark Cousins, Skip would bleed for the badge, and we want more like him. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, take literally 11 players of that attitude. You're going to win stuff.
Yeah.
Craig Bowler, as Marvin Hagler said, it's hard to get up for your morning run when you're wearing silk pajamas. Delhi lost his edge and hunger. Totally agree. Yeah. Just foot off the accelerator. He'd made his mark as a footballer. He can do his online persona now, and doesn't matter anymore to him. Craig, love it. He's from Brockton, Massachusetts, 45 minutes from where I live. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Brockton, Massachusetts is called the City of Champions because Rocky Marciano is from there too. So that's a hell of a couple
Marvin
of boxes
Hagler
from the same city. Yeah.
Fastest hands in Boston.
Craig saying, I remember going away to Villa at Kabul, played right back, and he was rapid down the flank. Yeah, he could shift. It really felt sorry for him because his career was ruined by injuries.
Yeah.
Wasn't the same for us after we've had a couple of serious ones, long layoff, and that was what his whole game was based on, the physical side of it. If he can't do it anymore, he just fell away. Real shame. Carterman, Farming Simulator, good of you to join us as well. Kim, your dad is great with a beard. He certainly is.
I don't know what to say to that. It probably is, yeah. I mean, but not as good as Mr. Coover over here.
Oh no, your dad's magical. I'm envious.
Coover hasn't got a beard. Coover's got an extended goatee, right?
It is going to be. The plan was I'm getting beard rings put in there. It's just going to be too long.
Fu Manchu.
Ben's got the beard. Ben's got a full-on beard. I've got
sort of Nordic style.
Cooper's got some sort of like Viking.
Yeah,
Viking
that's what I was going for eventually.
I've got the rabbi look.
Yeah.
I mean,
here we go. Here's the man himself. Blocking off Dad.
You leave this alone.
Is that Arthur? Is that Arthur?
Yeah,
it is.
No, Father Christmas.
They're all there now.
Saint Nick. Hi, Arthur. How are you, mate?
Ho, ho, ho. I'm all right.
Welcome to the stream that can't finish.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We're hanging on for Dermot at the moment. He said he was going to be on in 5 minutes, like about 25 minutes ago. So, not to worry. How are you going, Arthur?
Yeah, all right. I was just watching Robin Hood.
Oh yeah. Which one? Which version is it?
It's a more recent one. Names I've never heard of before.
Right. Not
Shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, won't worry about that then. What do you reckon to the? We haven't had predictions for school for the weekend, have we? What do you reckon? Away to Watford.
Oh, depends if we get if the referee's onside or offside.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't handle that.
3 goals scratched off. 1 I would have agreed with. The other 2 should have been goals.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Yeah, well, if we're relying on that again on the weekend, it's going to be a bit disappointing because we should put them away even without the VAR, shouldn't we?
Yeah. I'm just going to end on this note. This is all coming off. I'm leaving a very fine beard. Yeah, I'm going to try
You've been told off, mate.
Can you hear the peripheral going?
We've got a fight going on.
That's not happening.
Missus is getting punchy.
The missus like, I'll miss that nice tough.
You're going to need that extra padding for your chin, otherwise you're going to be sparked out, mate.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Chris saying, Oh, here we go. I think we've got Dermot on at last. He's there in the background. He's going to be seething angry. Why is my stream on for so long?
Thanks, Arthur. See you soon, buddy.
Thanks, Arthur. Yeah, cheers.
That's all right, guys.
Yeah, see you later, mate.
Legend.
Yeah, I'm going to sign off now, guys, as well, because I'm flagging quite a bit. So.
Yeah, don't worry. Thank you, Kim. Didn't mean to sort of force you to come on, but it's great of you to do so.
Kim, I've been flagging for 2 hours. I said, Cooper, do you mind if I have a little glass of like whiskey and coke as I get going? That was 3 hours
vineyard,
ago.
Yeah. And here's the man himself.
Hello, Dermot.
Okay.
How are you?
Quickly say goodbye to Kim. She's off.
Oh, bye, Kim.
See you, Mrs.
See you,
Kim.
Danny. See you, boys. Bye.
Thanks,
Mum.
love you and family and Bob.
God bless.
Good looking family right there. Good looking family.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
See.
The best looking family on YouTube.
100%.
How are you guys? You're all right.
Hello.
Where you been, mate?
It's just carried on. We had people watching. We just sort of carried on. There was just something to talk about.
That's the idea of the channel. We keep going on
getting
and
Sean
on.
steadily loaded. He's about ready to fall off the chair.
I am off. I've been drinking. I thought we were leaving it after 2 hours.
You sound
Well,
like
thank God
somebody's got the hang of it.
Can I just say, thank God somebody's took over my drinking duties while I'm been off the air.
I don't want to say anything that's inappropriate, so I might have to duck off soon. But this is like my 4th drink since we've started, and I pack them quite.
And the chasers on the other.
Don't worry, lads.
That was like there when I started or something. So
oh God.
Yeah, I'm worried.
There we go. And all the chasers to go with it.
All the what? Sorry.
All the chasers to go with the chasers.
Yeah. No. So it's just a little. Anyway, I'm not gonna speak very much anymore until you guys wrap up. I'm not going to leave until you wrap up, but I'm not going to say too much. So,
how much longer we can say.
Hang on, I just need to change something on here. I need to put Coover back in his rightful place.
He's taking me off air, isn't he?
No, you're on the
still
top.
on. Hello.
Yeah.
He's stamping his authority.
Yeah, you're back where you should be, Coover, on the top.
Nah, these actually, yeah, these two have been propping up the show anyway. Just that's the key, isn't it?
Can I ask what happened? Is True Sets fee okay? Because I've only catch glimpses of it, so I don't know what's been happening. That's why I came on to make sure was he all right.
He's basically had an awful lot of losses in his family over the last few years, so it's been very rough going for him.
I can understand that. I mean, I can fully understand that myself. I mean, I've lost my 2 daughters and my grandson and my father in the space of 16 years. So I can understand that fully where True Sets 3 is coming from. So we're all here for you. If you need anything, you can email us. We're all on WhatsApp. Get hold of us on WhatsApp, and this goes for everyone in the chat. Me, Coover are there for everyone. If you need to talk, we're there for you, 100%, and that includes Bob and Bob. One we're calling you Bob, Ben.
Am I bald now?
No, I called you Bob. I called you Bob.
Dermot's come back from the pub.
Yeah. Ben, as well as Sean, we're all here for you. But please, lads, tell me, what's been happening? What have we been talking about?
We're talking about how much better the show is with no Dermot, weren't we?
Goodbye.
Where'd you go?
I'm back.
One day I'm just going to get up, walk off when you do that. So there's just nothing there when you come back.
I just got to ask Dermot, like, I'm not going to. Is that what you just said? Just true? You lost two of your daughters?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. I'm so sorry to hear that, dude.
No, it's just one of them things. You know, I understand. I just want to know. I understood what True Sets 3 was coming from. That's all I was trying to sort of get across. So I understand.
Can't believe
it isn't just one of those things, though, mate. That's it. No parent should lose a child.
Yeah,
no. But that's not. Come on, I come here to talk Tottenham, and
I know. Okay. Yeah, sorry.
I didn't mean. I just wanted that. I empathise with True Sets 3. I know what it's like. So I'm here.
Unbelievable.
Can I just say, Kim is a legend. That woman is an angel. Any news on Bob Spur? What was the latest? What did I miss? Is he How is it?
The update was essentially that there was misinformation or potentially misinformation getting fired around. There was lots of updates that were getting handed out, and some of it was like the timing of it wasn't. Essentially, there's no change. He's on the mend, but he's not. There's nothing new.
Reduced his oxygen level a little bit, so it's like a minor improvement, which is better than none.
I did say to that there probably was a news blackout. I said to you today, actually, Cooper, didn't I? About that, I did.
I must have missed it. Sorry.
Yeah,
I asked him anyway, so I can go on the naughty step again now.
No, you can't. No, no, you're not. You're not going anywhere. Sorry for the cat. I just thought I'd just do it for a laugh.
That is fully ended it. Any chance you've got of pretending you don't drink when you're on air, that's gone now.
I do realise that.
Dermot's cat.
It was only when I blamed Sean. Sean started it, right? It was you talking about cats. I was sat in the car watching it, and I thought, how can I get on and scare the living daylights out of them three? So that's what I did. I pressed it, and I didn't realise I went straight in, right? And I thought Cooper had to bring me in. So I'm saying, I covered my thing, and I thought, meow. And it was Cooper that cracked me up. He started looking around. Where did that come from?
God, we're coming up to 3 hours. We're going to have to get off this. Let's just can we just quickly belt through the comments and get Dermot to answer and give him something to do, shall we?
Thanks.
True Sets Free saying royalty.
Of course we are.
Talking about Kim, obviously.
Kim is royalty.
Carterman from Farming Simulator. Get more beards going. Yeah.
Sorry, I just shaved today. I do apologise. I'm letting the side down here.
Sean, Sean, he's not as fast as Sonny. I did not say that. I would need some of Dermot's apple juice to think that.
I'm on orange juice today now. I'm on orange juice.
Someone said that. It wasn't. Maybe it wasn't truth, but someone somewhere. I'm such a community whore now that I go around everyone's channel. I remember someone telling me somewhere recently that Skippy was as fast as Sonny, and so if it wasn't you, Truth, then I apologise for the assertion that it was. But someone somewhere said that, and I was like, that's interesting if that's true.
It could have been me if in my drunken state, though. Must have been
You've seen on a few other channels, though, there's mention of Dermot's special apple juice.
It's getting around now.
His bottle of Evian.
Yeah, that's right.
No, it's not Evian today, actually, Ben. It's Silver Ammon Irish Spring Water from Tesco's.
Oh God, that's Guinness. That's Guinness Raw. It's the extra purified Guinness.
Yeah, Chris saying the never-ending stream it has been. It's Christmas. What are we doing?
You wait till we get our big guests on after Christmas. That'll be a long stream and all.
Oh, it was people saying hello to Arthur and things like that, and score predictions. Derek
was Arthur on? Oh, good evening, Arthur.
He's gone now.
That man is a pure gent and a legend of Scotland.
He is definitely. Derek Hutchinson saying 4-1 at the weekend Watford game.
I'm going for 7-1.
You've definitely been on the loopy juice now. 3-0 Craig Bowler. Yeah, I could see that. See that. I think we're due to comfortably win an away game. True
I hope so, Cuba. I hope so, mate. Need it.
Yeah.
We really need it.
Sean Butler, very important difference between negative ego and positive confidence. Yeah. Big up. Just brilliant. Please teach that more on your other channels.
Will do, buddy.
Yeah. You are.
Don't even remember.
I don't understand the message.
What I said. I think it was
Sean.
about.
Oh, Sean. Yeah.
I think it was about. Who were we talking about?
Skippy. We're talking about Skippy. Yeah.
Skippy getting an ego, and Kim saying that. Okay. So yeah, I 100%.
I just want to say something.
If we can keep Skippy under his. If his confidence doesn't get too high, is the point, and I take your point, Truth.
Can I just say something? Can I just something about the man below? He's got a laugh that sets you laughing. That even if I'm watching him we watched him briefly doing the game with Jack yesterday, and I just started laughing because I could hear you in the background getting all excited. Let's go,
Thank you, mate. I grew it myself. It's not something I often get. As much as you like it, a lot of people think I sound like the guy from the Joker or one of those weird movies. So I need to.
God, you've got your nemesis here, Kiva. It's Batman and the Joker.
I was going to say it's not the cat again.
We've got the Riddler underneath you, Keith, but Ben's the Riddler.
Yeah.
I appreciate your kind words. Dermot. Thank you, mate.
Kim, people saying, Kim and Kim's family, they are all absolute diamonds. They're meant for YouTube, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's definitely. Should have their own thing. It's like the Osmonds.
They should be they're like the Kardashians. Is it the Kardashians?
Kardashians, yeah.
Oh, no. Osmonds are more fun.
I don't remember the Osmonds.
Osborns, I should say, not Osmonds. Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon Osbourne and that.
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask who would be Ozzy Osbourne in Kim's family?
Well, obviously,
her dad.
Huh? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
He's the general rock and roller.
Oh, definitely, madman. He'll be biting the head off a bat in no time.
Guys, we have to stop soon. I'm too drunk now. I don't want to be on the screen anymore.
We're going. In fact, I'm going to go quickly through now. Wow, what a family. Yeah. Has the pub shut? Dermot, yes.
It hasn't shut at Sean Butler's house, and that's the problem.
New Kardashians from Chris, Poor Dermot, but Dermot loves it, he does. Truth Set 3, lovely people. Oh, crap, I'm so sorry, D.
I didn't mean it for that.
Yes, the stream just started. Dermot is here. No, we're gonna end it, I think.
Back on the emotional train.
Project Restart, says True Set 3. Big up, Dermot. All set, mate. Kim said, not much in the way of Bob News, honey, rather than it's being moved to Harlow. Yeah, dealt with that one. All praying for Bob as well. You're all legends. Pick yourselves up. Thank you, Derek Hutchinson. Appreciate you guys are the best. Love Bob Spur. Just thinking of him. Yeah, it's sentiment that carried by us. I just wanted to tell you briefly the truth. I don't want to make the stream about my life. You guys are so nice. It's about football. Yeah, don't worry. Truth, etc. Love you, mate. You're always so supportive. Kim saying, love you all. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the YouTube things unless you've done so already. Or else.
Lord Jesus.
Or else in caps again. TTG for life. Oh, I love it. Holy crap, lol. We're still going. Right,
good show, guys.
To the end of the comments. Now, let's ban comments.
I've got one to say one thing. Thank you very much for everyone that's came on. I want to personally thank Kuba for a brilliant head in the show. The lads below, brilliant as always. Get over to Sean's channel. Get his subscriptions up to 100. Let's get to 100 before New Year. We need to get to 200. Let's get that done. Yeah. And all I'm going to say is three famous words.
We never beat the Irish. I'm beaten.
Yes, Ben. You nicked it. You stole it.
It's actually 4. And the words are, you never beat the Irish. Did you want to say something?
It's 5. It's 5. Unless you count you all as 2, in which case it's 6.
Oh, look, we just end it here. You never beat the Irish. Goodbye and good luck.